Hi. How's everybody doing today? This is not
Hello!
normal.
No, somehow my audio settings got all kerfuffled, and I really don't know how that happened. But hello,
Can I stop
welcome.
waving now?
Yes, you're good.
No, we have to do it the whole show.
Forever. Um, we're live with episode 5, well, mission 5 of our Stargate Flames of Hope campaign. We are very excited to be here, so we're gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are, who we're playing, and then get on with it, because I'm sure it's gonna be a doozy. I am Lindy, Laugh Off Lindy, and I'll be playing Ixora, the Aturan scientist. Below me on the overlay, we have Deception Check. How are you this evening?
I am doing grand. Looking forward to getting back to this world. It's been about a month now, I think, since the last time we played. So I'm trying to remember exactly who my character is, the little annoying guy that likes to fix things and break things in equal measure. Fiddler is his name, and that's what we played tonight. He's a Tolan, last of his individual group of Tolans that survived. And so, yeah, looking forward to finding out what our Gate Master has planned to torture us with this evening.
Yes, indeed. I think that'll be really, really great. Oops. Um, Next up we have D20 coup de grace. How are you?
Very good, yes. I'll be playing Goa'uld. He's a Jafar scout with a huge dislike of parasitic creatures.
That is understandable, all things considered. And of course, last but certainly not least on our team, Shiny Pilot, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'll be paying Lieutenant Jake Miller, the Tari leader of our current Phoenix Team 3, and I'm looking forward to getting back to this tonight. I'm still figuring him out and everybody else out, so I'm excited to see what challenges lay ahead for us all.
Indeed, and those challenges would be laid out for us by our Gate Master, Nugatosaurus. How are you?
I'm doing good. I definitely did not oversleep past, my little nap and run to get here. It's totally fine. It'll be great. Hi, I'm Nugatosaurus. I'm the Gate Master tonight. I am going to be running our lovely players through a fun mission tonight. It'll hopefully give you guys some answers to some questions that have been looming.
Ooh.
And maybe get the ball rolling on the overarching plot of our campaign. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what your roles do for you guys. We'll see how that is. Last time our dear explorers went to a very small, little medieval town that had absolutely nothing wrong with it. They just had some trade negotiations that they wanted to do. They wanted to trade some promising medicinal plants for things that would increase their agricultural production. And it was totally fine. There's nothing suspicious there at all. But everybody's red flags were so
That's just
high
it's
up in the air.
lies.
There's no, I'm serious. It was a very pleasant place to be. Nothing was wrong there. They did find something a little suspicious in a book from several generations ago that, maybe the Goa'uld had been there, but that was it. And it was from so long ago that it didn't really stand out all
And
that much.
nothing to worry about the weapon by the gate, in the trees or whatever.
Exactly. It
Totally,
was
it's
inactive.
fine. Yeah.
It was inactive. It was totally fine. There was nothing wrong there. Um, but yeah, they were able to complete their negotiations and come back to the Phoenix site without any casualties, without any injuries or anything of the matter. And they've been going about their days relatively normally. I believe Ixora, if I am incorrect, please correct me, but I believe Ixora has mainly been spending her days with our AI friend Drew and getting Drew acquainted and quarantined and brought up to speed so they can actually start learning from Drew.
Yes.
Fiddler, I imagine you have been what has Fiddler been doing? I don't really know.
Oh, when last we saw our hero Fiddler, he was working on the
That's right.
the bot version of our new Drew friend's body, creating a
Correct.
fully autonomous, moving, humanoidic ish body for this not going to be homicidal AI to walk around and interact with people. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
what he's been working on.
I do remember that, and you've just been continuing that work. I believe you were able to get
Absolutely.
a basic shell completed, if I remember correctly.
Before the
Before
last mission.
Last mission, correct. Okay. Gorik has been sampling all of the different types of cuisine that something has he done something else?
Well, yeah, no, yes, but he's also started doing food reviews.
Oh, okay. Does he have like his own like YouTube channel kind of thing?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like it.
Gorik's
Gorik's
food
Gourmet.
reviews from a Jafar palate.
It's so it's not quite YouTube. Essentially, we'll say that the base has like its own social media hub kind of thing, and you've been posting videos on there, and you get a decent amount of traffic there. Your videos are pretty well liked. People come up to you every couple of days and be like, "Oh, I tried this because you said it was good," or "We stayed away from this because it was awful," and things like that. The Jaffa are particularly like they're fans of you. They like they like you trying the weird foods so they don't have to. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yes.
What
That's what I
has perfect. I love it. I'm here for it. What has Jake Miller been up to? He I will let you know you have been receiving some like leadership training just because you're a new leader and that was something that you wanted to progress with. So they have been offering you some classes and things like that. Anything additional?
Confidence building. I think he'd like to do some courses on more on alien like IE races that we've met. I don't want to say negotiations, but just like trade practices. He's going to be going over mission reports, discussing with people who've actually met some of these people more often, and trying to learn a little bit more about how to deal with each of the races and get a feel for kind of what's out there.
Yeah,
like that.
And there are they have plenty of classes like that where, because this is the Stargate Phoenix initiative is the essentially make friends and help people initiative. There are plenty.
Can it be the ever military classic of death by PowerPoint? He's sitting in PowerPoint after PowerPoint after PowerPoint. Okay, perfect.
Everyone. And of course the Tyree see nothing wrong with it. It's literally the best way to learn. It's PowerPoint.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It is PowerPoint. It teaches everyone.
It's superior and it's universal. Everybody understands PowerPoints. Like it's
pictures, yes. Man smiling, shaking, and thumbs up.
Exactly. So yes, so that's what you've been doing. Over the past couple of days, the base has been abuzz. There's been a discovery on the other side of the essentially the other side of the planet. You guys are located on, give me a second, I have to go back to my notes. Because there are 2 major continents on this planet. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So for a little reminder, the name of this planet is Chiron. There are 2 continents and a large splattering of island chains. The continent Nectarios houses the Phoenix base and the town of Haven, while Coralia has been not quite completely explored. Well, that's not true anymore. You guys have been here for several months now, and there have been some expeditions over to the other continent, and they've been doing some exploration, they've been doing some digging, there's been scientific missions out there for plant life and things like that. And recently, a team came back with news that they have found ruins, like ancient ruins. it started out as a little rumor of, it was like, oh yeah, so and so's friend told their other friend, told their brother, like a word of mouth kind of thing. And then one day in the cafeteria, Jesse, who you guys know as your handler, was overheard speaking in very hushed tones about this ancient ruin. And since then, that the rumor has spread like wildfire. It hasn't been confirmed by Phoenix Command as of yet, as of today, but it's basically been confirmed at this point. You all are in a debriefing. Essentially, every couple of months you have it's like a group counseling session where they sit down your whole team and the base psychologist asks you questions about like how you're getting along and how what challenges have you guys come across? How do you guys think you can overcome them as a team? Yada, yada, yada. You guys are currently in that session when the door opens and Jessie comes in and she nods to the doctor and apologizes and says, we need you guys in the briefing room. You're being deployed.
Goa'uld just gets up and is happy to leave. He actually smiles. Like, yes,
Wow.
I get out of this.
Jake puts a hand on the shoulder of the counselor and says, alas, we must depart, but we shall be back.
Yes, you will. You will be back. We'll reschedule this meeting and we'll continue at a later date.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
I'm sure you are. and
Thank
Way
you for
too
your
many.
time.
Of course, you're very welcome. And she just kind of like waves you guys as you all leave.
Exor
How
doesn't mind
awkward.
those sessions. She really
We
doesn't.
really need a psychic evaluation.
Fiddler is the last one to leave because he was actually asleep behind his dark sunglasses, and no one really noticed. And he kind of
had
woke.
the glasses just right.
Well, he always wears sunglasses anyway
Mhm.
because of the bright lights. So
Subterranean.
I love
Yep.
yeah, and so yeah, he's the last one. He's like, oh, bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Yes, of course. Unless I see you first.
Of course. And you guys all go and you follow Jesse down to the debriefing room where you find it's pretty full. It's not just you guys who have been summoned to the briefing room. There are no seats available. All the seats have been taken, and you see that they have mainly been taken by Phoenix 1. Phoenix 1 is here, and as a reminder, let me go through and just re-describe some of those characters
Starts
for you.
priming an explosive.
It's okay.
Yay!
It's a room spell. I'm tall. I'll just stand in the back. It's
Phoenix 1 is here! Woohoo!
Woo! They're
Yeah,
so
We're in
cool.
awe. I was gonna say,
They're very cool. Everybody so far, nobody really has problems with them. They do like them. So the captain of Phoenix 1 is a human woman named Selena Rodriguez. There is also a male Jaffa named Atir. There is a male Tolan named Burvel. There's a female Aturan named Kalera, Kulera, Kalera, if I can read my own handwriting. There is a female Kalonan, which is just a type of human, named Wani. There is so the host is female, but the symbiote is non-binary. A Tok'ra, the host's name is Bythal, and the symbiote's name is Mast. And then there is a male Unos named Oringo, Oringo, Oringo. And they are pretty much taking up all of the seats except for, of course, General Lawyer, who has his seat at the head of the table. You also see Deem, Heim and Deem are here as well, and they are sitting in one of it's like a chair that's been pushed up a wall, and they have a laptop in their lap, and they're essentially taking like minute notes kind of thing. There's a bit of chatter. Everybody's this is unusual. Normally the teams, unless it's something big, the teams don't really do briefings together. After a couple of moments, after everybody has settled in and come in, and you guys are kind of lined up along the wall and settled, General Lawyer stands. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. We have a bit of an exciting venture here. We can confirm the rumors are true. We have found ruins over on the other continent. They are very old from what the scientists have been able to tell us, and they are apparently very dangerous. They have been booby-trapped, I guess, in some of the ways. But they are so far, have been very non-lethal booby traps, more so just to slow people down, it seems like. We have found 2 entrances. We are going to send you both in, one on each end, and we're going to hopefully make this quicker than it should be. Quicker than... I'm sorry, my brain just died. Hopefully it'll be quick. Hopefully we will be able to get to the bottom of this ruin very swiftly with 2 teams as opposed to 1. Stargate 3, we're going to be adding 2 more members to your group just to make sure that we've got all of our bases covered, and we, like I said, there's booby traps in there and we don't want anybody being caught out of sorts. We're leaving in an hour, so if there's any additional equipment you want to bring with you, please feel free to do so. You're going to meet us up at the airfield, and we will all fly over together. Any questions? The Tok'ra on the others, on Phoenix 1, the host, Bythal, speaks up, and she's a brunette human woman with glasses, and she currently has them off and is cleaning them. Do we know what type of ruins they are? Are they human? Are they Goa'uld? Are they other? Do we know? General Lawyer shakes his head. We don't. We have found ancient, and we have found Goa'uld. So some mixture. We are not completely sure on the origins. All we know is that these ruins are several thousand years old. We're thinking they're probably the first structures that were ever built on this planet. So, and you guys do know that they have found some structures on Nectarius, the Y'all's continent, but they've been minimal. They've been like villages and things like that that are much newer than apparently these ruins are. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah,
These traps you spoke of, were they the original inhabitants or later occupants built these traps?
We're not sure. The 2 traps that have been, you guys will probably find out. The 2 traps that have been triggered, one of them was an ancient force field that trapped the person in there. Kind of like, as he's describing it, it's like in Star Wars where, what is it, 3, where Anakin and Obi-Wan get trapped in the ship. And they like the dome, the ray shield domes that they get trapped in. It's kind of like that as he's describing it. The other one was a teleportation. She stepped past this device on the wall, and there was a flash of light, and then she was just gone. We found her several hours later, up out of the ruins on the surface. So she was totally fine. Nothing wrong with her. Doctor checked her out, and then there was no issues. Dr. Ibarra checked her out, and everything so far, now I'm not ruling out that there will be lethal booby traps the further you go in, but everything so far has been non-lethal. So, any other questions? Does that answer your question, Goa'uld?
I think it would be unlikely that there'd be lethal traps.
We'll see.
If they were to use lethal traps, I'd use them first.
Probably. I don't disagree with you there, Goa'uld. Yes, Ixora.
You mentioned 2 people would be joining our team for this venture.
Yes, they're being retrieved right now. He checks his watch. They're being retrieved right now. You'll meet them momentarily. We'll meet you in your prep room and get that all sorted out with you then. He pauses and waits to see if there's any more questions.
Just got my notebook out and I'm already scribbling down notes.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Get prepped. Like I said, we're leaving in about an hour. Meet us up at the airfield. And good luck. I will be there. I will not be going into the temple. I will be helping with topside relations or topside communications, but I will be there if anything happens and if we need anything. You guys have never seen General Lawyer in combat. You don't know how he is, but you would imagine, and you guys have heard stories, that he is a pretty formidable Tauri warrior. And with that, the Phoenix 1, they get up, they're muttering amongst themselves as they file out and go to their ready room to get prepped for this mission. What would you guys like to do?
This is a 1 prep mission, so we just bring our base kit, yeah? That's what they're expecting, nothing else extra besides personal effects?
Yeah, so it would be it should be just pretty basic. If there's anything that you guys want, let me know and we'll see if we can do it, but nothing that needs to be special ordered would be available.
Okay. Scientific equipment.
Yeah. Engineering kit, personal computer.
Yeah, my scientific kit. A magnetometer. Magnetic field reader.
Yeah. You can have that, absolutely.
Because that's been useful in detecting
Drew.
other ancient technology and stuff. Thing electricity.
We should
It's
bring
magnetic.
Drew and her
Would
brand new
love to bring Drew, but I don't think she's
brand
ready.
new mobile unit. Oh, come on, it's got to be ready. I've been working on it
She
for
is
more than a
No,
week.
the
It must
body
be
might
ready.
be ready. I don't know if she's ready.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine.
She's not quite fine, not just yet. She's a very advanced, very complex unimind that you guys know basically nothing about. So they're being very,
We
very
know
cautious
everything
with
about
her.
this one. I mean, come on, we've been studying her for a while. I built her a body. It's like I know her like the back of my hand in the dark.
Sure.
Definitely throwing in the pack extra flashlights for everybody.
Okay, perfect.
Flashlights
Set
with
of Tupperware.
batteries, obviously, but
Tupperware.
Mhm. I'll bring
Okay,
a set of Tupperware in case I find some exotic meal I have to show on my new.
That is true.
that's fair.
And
I'm
Ixora
gonna
might use
call
it for
it-
samples.
I'd like
I'm
to
gonna call
think
it a base cast.
I'd like to think that he uses a podcast to talk about food, and he
Yes.
talks about the smells and the taste, but doesn't really give much visual association with it.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to bring with you?
Don't worry, Gorik. It was very good. I did the technology for all your podcasts. I also do the sound dampening and the sound effects. The sound effects are the best part. It's like ASMR for anyone that loves food.
I don't understand all this technology.
I know, isn't it grand?
Mhm.
there's a climbing kit that we can get. Could I grab that?
Of course.
There's 1,000 meters of cord, though. Carabiners, climbing hooks, pitons, pulleys, and rope grab, providing
Might
advantage
need
for
it. I
climbing
mean, we don't know how
checks.
the ruins are intact. They're going to be. Imagine
I don't
you have
either.
one
It
too.
could be above, could be below. So I just wanted to grab flashlights and ropes just in case.
Hey, boss,
You-
what about C4?
C4?
C4.
I don't think we
Yeah.
should. Perhaps
We might
explode
need to get
anything?
through a door that doesn't want to let us through.
I'd say bring it.
Just-
I mean, I could
Just-
kick it, but that's about 50-50 if it's going to work.
Just don't blow anything up until the scientists give you the okay for it, okay?
I am the
classically
scientist.
more
Okay, well,
No,
explosive.
then
you're the
perfect.
engineer.
Engineering is just practical science, all right?
So I'll triple up on the C4.
Thank you. Goa'uld knows. See, this is why I'm happily his podcast engineer. I swear we'll have 5 downloads by the end of the week.
As you guys are talking and essentially picking up your gear, excuse me, the door to your ready room opens and a Jaffa walks in. He is very tall. He is very muscular. And he nods to you all, does like the little half bow, and takes a seat. You see his pack is already on his bag and he is ready to go. A good day. My name is Rock. Pleasure to meet you. Tell me where you want me.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Exora.
Good to meet you. I'm Jake. This is
Goa'uld.
Fiddler. Goa'uld, yeah.
Gorg, he does the I don't know if all of them do that, but they do like the arm clasp, and then they have maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I thought they had like a head thing that they do too. But he greets you as a typical Jaffa would. You are a Tritonin Jaffa, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Completely free of the beast.
Yes. You I don't think because you can't sense Naquita anymore. No. Okay. Never mind then.
That's the one downside right there.
Yeah. He greets you all. Goa'uld, he does the Jaffa greeting to you, and then he takes a seat and he essentially waits your command, Jake, because you are the captain here.
So Rock, as he's grabbing his gear and getting ready, take it you're typical Jaffa warrior? Yeah.
He is actually, I didn't write down his class, but he fills one of the gaps for you guys. I think he is a
one of our missing
classes. Yeah. Hold on one second.
I was gonna say I gotta check. Oh no.
Classes, here we go.
We have engineer, medic, scientist, scout, soldier.
We have scout, soldier, engineer, and scientist.
Medic. He is a medic.
He's a medic. Nice.
Yes, he is a medic.
Okay. Oh, always good having a medic on the team. Go ahead and grab whatever your normal pack gear would be for a standard off-world mission and grab snacks. It'll probably be a boring stroll through the structures.
I am ready whenever you all are.
I bring an extra canteen of water and notebook paper.
Okay, perfect.
I grab duct tape, a fabrication kit, filtration, radiation mask, grapple gun, and personal tactical radio.
Perfect.
My pack is bigger than me.
Exora just looks like she's a couple extra things than normal, but pretty normal.
It's an ancient technology. Like,
yes.
So much fun.
I anticipate it will be.
I'm
going to make so many notes
of fun. So much fun.
Look, okay. You like standing and staring off in different directions, waiting for things to happen. We like making things happen with things that have been broken for thousands of years. Okay, so look, I'll find something for you to shoot. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
I hope it doesn't come to that.
But it doesn't have to be something living. It just be targets, you know.
It is a historical site that we should try to preserve.
Who says they're shooting anything historical?
Just packs in more explosives.
Yeah, more explosives.
As y'all are chatting, the door opens again, and a very short human woman walks in. She has like wild curly hair, and she's very bouncy as she walks, just full of energy. She says, "Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm gonna be traveling with you guys today. I'm a scientist. We are pleased to be here." Oh, I'm Tok'ra too, by the way.
Okay, I was
It's
about
not-
to ask. 'Cause, like, I'm
Yeah.
typing this stuff down.
Yeah. It's not just me. It's Ko is here with me too. So
Oh, Kathy,
she's
Co,
she's just shy. She doesn't like to come out a lot. So it'll just mainly be me.
Kathy and Co.
Well, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm
good to meet
Ixora.
you.
Yeah, hi.
You too. Hi.
Jake's is Fiddler, Goric, and of course Ixora, and do you know Rock? Have you met?
Yes, I know Rock. Yes, we're
Okay.
friends.
Cool. Perfect.
Rock like nods to
What do you-
Kathy.
Fiddler perks up. How do you know, Rock?
So I was a scientist. I was a scientist for one of our off-world missions where we were taking some samples in a swamp, and we were there for several weeks, and Rock was a part of our detail. So we
Now that
we
sounds
know
like a
each-
very romantic setting. I would like to make an insight check to see if
Okay.
there's anything
Oh my
between
gosh.
them. Nothing like taking some
Absolutely.
samples in a swamp for weeks on end to get
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nat
Oh.
20.
Nat
knows
20.
all.
Okay. Yes. So Rock is infatuated with this woman. Like just totally in love.
Aw.
Kathy you are getting a there's interest there, but she doesn't think it's requited. Like
I have a
you-
submission.
I
have a
wanted to
secondary
believe
mission.
that Kathy wanted nothing to do with him, but Co was down.
Goes
That's
down.
what.
That's why it's the undertone. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But yes, you are getting hints there. Rock is totally infatuated with this woman just from the moment she walked in. Like he has not been able to take his eyes off her, but
Okay.
not in like a creepy way.
Yeah, no.
Are either one of them wearing red shirts?
No, neither
Oh.
one of them are wearing red.
Good.
Damn it.
I was
They are
thinking,
not
Wow.
destined for
have-
death.
I do have red shirts in question mark on my notes when I said 2 members were added to my mission, but now I have a subquest to make them start dating and fall in love with each other. So yes, no, that's all. Yes, wonderful,
Why?
The
lovely.
music
Rock-
spikes as Goric unzips his shirt and it reveals a red undershirt.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
No.
Oh, Gord, nice coat. I've got the same one. See?
Oh no.
It's got your
Rock-
podcast logo on it.
Rock has a not a Zat, the Jaffa staff.
Oh yeah, the staff weapon.
Ooh.
The staff weapon. He has that as his weapon, and then he's wearing basically the same thing that Teal'c wears, just like the normal
Yeah.
I want to say BDUs, but I don't think that's the right word.
That's right. Battle dress
that's right.
uniform. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically. And then Kathy is wearing also Rock has a medic pack. It's like not quite a fanny pack. It goes along his thigh as opposed to around his waist.
Yeah, like a typical medic pack. Yeah.
Exactly.
Field medic
Yeah.
pack.
And Kathy is wearing. She has a not quite a bulletproof vest. It's like one of the supply vests
Mhm.
that they wear. And
Much
then
like
she's
Ixora. Yes.
yeah. She's just
Need
wearing
pockets.
like cargo pants and like a standard issue army green t-shirt underneath kind of thing.
Mhm.
You do see that she has a essentially a Glock on her hip, a pistol on her hip.
Mhm.
But that it seems to be the only thing that she is only weapon she is outfitted with at this time,
Dr. Jackson, Tok'ra form.
basically.
Love it.
Any other items that you guys want to take? Any other things you want to do before you leave? You guys have about an hour.
I think we're good.
Did you guys have anything else you wanted to get? I was
already
reading through
mentioned
the
things
list
I
and
wanted. Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
let's
just-
just
Liquid
get.
reactor,
I was gonna say let's
uh,
just start getting just crazy and
M1
but, yeah.
Abrams. Can we get one of those dropped in?
No.
I'll just
Well,
chat with
okay.
Kathy,
We're
find
getting
out
our
what
own
field of
LCAS, you
science
kidding me?
she's in,
Yeah.
Get
Kathy
to know her a
is
little bit.
She's a geologist. She studies
Fiddler turns on the
rocks.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You imagine she was assigned because ruins, and they don't really know a
Yes.
lot about them. They want her to study the walls, the materials, things like that. That's and
great.
you guys
Yeah.
do remember that General Loyo said he will be topside, so you can infer that this might be an underground ruin for at least some portion of it will be underground.
I've got my headlamp then ready.
Perfect. Okay. All right. In that case, if there's nothing else that you guys want to bring with you and you are all set to go, your hour passes, you're all kitted out, you've got everything you need, and you head up to the surface and you go over to the airfield where you all hop in it's one of the Goa'uld Hatak, not the Hatak. The Hatak is the big one. One of their like soldier carriers, one of those
The
size.
smaller.
Yeah, the smaller ones. I know all of these names. I'm just blanking right now because I just woke up. I was sleeping. But you guys hop in that and you head over to the other continent. Now it does take a bit of time for you guys to get over there. It's about a 2.5, 3 hour trip to get from the Phoenix site across the very slender ocean that separates this portion of the continent to the other continent where these ruins are located. As you fly up, everybody essentially goes into the main cockpit area where that huge viewport is, and they pull up some screens and they have like the camera showing the ruins themselves. It looks like an ancient pyramid, like an ancient Tok'ra pyramid, which you all will know is what Goa'uld Hataks used to anchor themselves on when they landed on Earth or various other places around the solar systems, the galaxy. It looks damaged. So the top portion of it has broken off. There are many different stones that have broken apart and kind of like strewn around the surrounding area. You don't see any Stargate nearby, which you guys would know that when a Hatak anchored, normally they have the Stargate in their Hatak, but then they also have, like on Earth, they also have the Stargate that they buried where they could bring in their workers and their slaves to do whatever the heck they had them there for. You don't see anything like that here. There is no sign of a outside Stargate or DHD or anything like that, which is unusual. You guys haven't really found anything like that before. The ship lands, and General Loyo, before the transport rings pop up, General Loyo kind of gathers you guys around. All right, Phoenix 1 will be disembarking here. There is an entrance, and he's pointing to the screen as he's talking, and you see a essentially just like a rectangle cut into the side of this pyramid where it's very clearly an entrance, like the main entrance to this pyramid. Phoenix 1, you'll be entering here. You'll be following the main paths and of course looking for anything out of place, anything any secret paths that there might be. We're looking for a central chamber. Basically, just like the pyramids on Earth, there are tunnels and there's got to be something at the end, or at least we hope there's something at the end. Phoenix 3, you are going through one of the secret entrances that we found. As you guys know, as members of Stargate Phoenix, you'd be very familiar with Egyptian history. There was, when they built pyramids and they built the tunnels underneath, they always built a escape route for the workers after they were done, right? Essentially a secret back exit / entrance. That's where you guys will be entering. He lets you guys know this. He shows you on the viewport that there are tents and like temporary like portable buildings that have been set up a little bit of ways away from the pyramid. He points that out and tells you that is the base of command. That's where he is going to be. Any other questions before we send you down? All right, Phoenix. Perfect. Okay, Phoenix 1, go ahead. Phoenix 1 all piles into the transponder rings. It activates and they disappear. Yeah, you hear the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of every ring. The pilot then brings the ship further away from the pyramid, where he stops over seemingly nothing. You guys don't see anything here. He gestures for General Loyal gestures for you guys to get into the rings, and points on the view screen. I know you don't see anything from up here, but if you look at that tree right there, about 10 paces to its right, you'll see a hole in the ground. That's where you're going in.
All right, hole in the ground, 10 paces to the right.
Yep. Once you guys are all inside with Rock and Kathy, the rings activate. You guys are all swooshed down. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. You guys are all swooshed down, land on the surface, and then the ship flies away over towards the forward base.
Okay. Time to go 10 paces to the right.
Yeah, you guys land pretty much really close to that tree. And just like he said, 10 paces to the right, you see this big square in the ground. It's like a slight indent. It is covered right now by like bushes and some type of like stone cover. So you guys will have to move that in order to get this open. But it is there, and you guys are welcome to do that.
I'll start moving the plants.
Yeah.
Yes, move the plants. What did you say, Jake? I'm sorry.
Is
A
it
lot of
deep?
explosive.
Like, are we talking several feet down below, or is it just on the surface?
So it's just on the surface. You imagine once you move this, whatever cover thing this is, it'll be like a shaft, essentially, that you guys will have to go down. But for right now, it is flat. It is flush with the ground that it is on.
Okay. Gore, think you can lift that?
Of course.
I'm sure he and Rock can take care of it.
Jake
Rock
will help
step up.
Gork.
Rock will step up as well, and between the three of you, it's not that hard. You guys are able to lift, and it's basically just like a heavy stone slab that you guys lift, and you kind of have to like
big stone.
It's not easy to move,
Yeah.
but you guys are able to do it, and you can kind of like plop it down to the side, and you see, just like General Lawyer said, it is a square shaft at an angle. It is a slope downwards. Ixora, you're definitely gonna have to duck. It's too short for you. It was clearly not made for a turns.
I have a question for you.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Don't do it.
How moist is the shaft? Because like if it's really dry, that says something about how well preserved it is on the inside. If it's really damp,
sure.
No, I was like, oh, I wonder what the moisture content is, and then I remembered you said shaft, and then I was like, oh no.
Yep.
Back to the moist from last night. We're right back into it.
All those gibbering mouthers. Oh God. Okay.
This is the vengeance.
It's definitely, as the slab comes away and you guys are looking into this shaft, you can feel a bit of humidity. Okay. But it's not too different than what you feel naturally on the surface.
Okay, that's good. Because I don't know what kind of biome we're in, it's like forest, rainforest. Like, what is the area?
As you guys were flying over, you did see some forested areas, but this particular stretch of land is like prairie.
Yeah. So a little bit of humidity, probably like 50-60%, nothing too crazy, but it might be 70.
Yeah. Exactly. And so you guys are still in the same hemisphere of the planet, so it's the same season here, and it's like that weird section between spring and summer. So you imagine like it's it's not too bad.
Just
right
needed
now.
to know
It's
if we
not
were
too
like had to make sure we didn't slip because there was a bunch of dripping or anything, you know.
bad. No, you imagine that won't
Okay.
be a problem.
It's dry
At least
enough.
not right now. Yeah, dry
Okay.
enough. And you imagine it's with the way that the slab was sealed, unless it was like really, really bad monsoon season kind of thing, you don't really
Probably
have
did
to
a
worry
pretty
about
good job
water.
sealing it up. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
question. Carry on, everyone.
Okay. Any other questions?
Hey,
Any other?
so would footing be an issue? Is all I'm asking. Going through this shaft, this moist.
That's kind of what I asked about.
I
Yeah,
know,
so
but I'm just asking, just blankly, would it be an issue?
so you don't have to worry about footing due to moisture. The angle is a little steep, and it doesn't. There's not like
I will.
stairs. It's literally a shaft.
Shafts
But you
could be
do see
vertical, or they could be slanted. You know, so I'm just like,
it's at an
Some
angle,
curve
yeah.
a little to the left.
yeah, it's a curve a little left.
Jesus Christ. You do see as you guys pull this slab away and you're looking at where you will be walking, there are like slightly raised indents every couple feet or so. You imagine for traction. So
That's
the
really
shaft
nice
is
of them.
ribbed.
So the reason why I'm asking all this stuff is because I was thinking, is quick escape going to be an issue? Because I'm seeing this going bad.
possibly it
yeah.
could be. You
In case
imagine
we
it
need to
could
pull
be.
out.
Yeah, in case you need to pull out.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Oh dear Lord. Dear Lord. Anyway.
If only there were some Navy people here, then we could have some seamen going down the long shaft.
You would think after playing with you guys for 7 years, I would have anticipated this. You would think. Jesus Christ. Anyway, what would you like to do with this shaft?
I would like to
Go up and down it multiple
descend it.
times.
Yes.
Who's first?
Fiddler will go first.
Fiddler?
Exora
will
really
go first.
wants
He's
to
the
go first, but
stealthiest
she learned
and-
her lesson in session
And
one.
he has the best low light vision.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yes, Fiddler will descend.
Good luck, Fiddler.
So
And-
Fiddler,
yeah.
you go in first, and you do find that even with your low light vision, you will need a flashlight. It is very, very, very dark in here.
Okay.
You imagine that being underground, the majority of it will be dark, at least
Okay.
just kind of from your approximation for the moment.
I imagine he and you can tell me whether or not this is true or not, but I imagine he has like a not like a hooded lantern, but more like his own kind of dull, so like
Dimmed,
a
yeah.
very dimmed lantern. So it's just enough light where in pitch darkness he can still see well with his low light vision.
Yes,
But it doesn't.
Yes,
It's not blaring like a flashlight or candle would be.
Right. Yeah, you did. It was specially made for you. You did have a hand in its design where it is just bright enough for you to be able to utilize your low light vision without like blinding yourself, essentially. Okay. So yes, you do have that. And it is something that is more difficult for others to see at a distance because it is so low. Okay, so we have Fiddler going in first. Who is going in next? There is not enough space in this shaft for you guys to walk side by side. You're gonna have to go one by one.
So it's a narrow shaft.
Typically.
It is a narrow
That's
shaft.
rather typical of shafts.
Yeah. All right.
It's usually one person at a
If
time.
Goa'uld doesn't want to go next, being our team scout type thing, yeah, okay, let's just say then Jake. So Goa'uld goes, I guess, and then Jake will go behind Goa'uld.
I will go, and then we'll have Kathy and Rock behind me.
Yes.
At the back. Okay.
Okay, so Goa'uld, then Jake, then Exora, then maybe Kathy with Rock behind her?
Yeah.
Just in case? Yeah.
Actually, I think Rock is going to go first because he wants to bodily be in the way if anything happens. So Kathy will bring up the rear. Rock will be second to last, and then you guys will be in the front. So you guys start your descent. Fiddler, you're a little ways away from the front of the group. If you would like, you can roll that stealth check, but it's up to you.
Okay.
And then just tell me what the
24
total is. 24. Okay, yeah, because my
I would assume we all have
Roll
flashlights
22.
on, and we're like keeping a distance from Fiddler so we don't give him away.
yes, and that is your guys' typical procedure. You're used to that, where Fiddler goes ahead a little bit. You guys have your lamps, but there's enough distance between you that Fiddler is out of that light range. And of course, you guys have your walkie-talkies that you'll be able to use to communicate and such. At least for now.
Testing. Nope. Never mind. They're not working. Never mind.
They are working. I promise. I've not cut you guys off this early. Not yet. Yeah, you guys start your descent. Fiddler, you are at the lead for a bit of time. It takes about a solid 20 minutes before the shaft begins to level out, and you're now not walking at an angle. At that point, it does open up into like a wide corridor. And you see that there are like sconces for torches and stuff along the walls. They are unlit. They do look used, like they have been lit in the past, but they have not been recently. You can tell that very easily, that these have been in disuse for a very long time.
Okay. Now this is just that corridor. It didn't open up to a wide room.
No, just a corridor.
Just a straight corridor. Okay. He'll continue on.
Okay. Now the way you came out of this corridor, essentially you came out on the side, so you can go left or you can go right. Directly in front of you is the wall of the corridor. So
Okay.
which way do you go?
Okay. Are there any? There are no other distinguishing features or marks along the corridor going in either direction. And with the amount of light
Not
I
here.
have, both go off into distance that I cannot see.
Into the darkness, yeah.
Okay. If in that case, I will wait until the rest of the group catches up, and then we'll decide which way to go after that.
Okay, it doesn't take long. They're pretty close behind you. It takes like a minute or so for them to catch up. And they see the same thing. You guys come out of this shaft. There is a wall directly in front of you. It's like a T section where you can go left or you can go right. You see sconces disused on the wall, not lit. It is still very dark. What would you like to do?
Jake could walk up to the sconce just because he's heard this in every story as a kid of the whole burnout sconces, and he kind of shines a light at it, kind of looking at it like going, I wonder if it's still light.
Is the corridor taller than where we just descended from?
It is. You do not have to crouch here.
I totally thought you were gonna like try to pull it and just like pull the entire wall down. Or
Oh, it'd be hilarious.
Secret room.
Try that. Jake grabs the torch to see if it does anything, and it does probably nothing and puts it back.
Can I inspect the floor to see if there's been any drag marks, scrape marks, or any indications of use over time?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a investigation or perception, whichever you prefer.
I will investigate. 23.
23. So you do see a it looks like there was traffic here, right? So it's not a pristine site. It's not like brand new. It looks like it has been used. There is wear and tear on the ground. There's no like gouges to suggest anything like heavy came through here. But you do see like there's a very clear worn path in the center where it looks like people mainly, they didn't stick to the edges of this corridor. They walked in the center of the corridor.
Okay. So single file or individuals. I check. It didn't look like there's much being done down here, but most single file sort of stuff. There's almost like a trough, well, minuscule down the center, but I've got no indicator which way. So
pick a whatever direction seems best to you. We'll mark it, and we'll come back and check the other one later.
All right. And he
right it is.
Turns and heads down, puts his sunglasses back down. Puts it back up as he walks away because he's leaving the bright light.
Hey, Fiddler, you found any of those traps they were talking about yet? Either any sign of anything?
No, No, nothing really stood out, nothing really nothing that really looked trappish.
All right. Well, I tried one of those torches back there. Nothing happened. So
Yeah, let's not pull things that we're not sure what they are. All right.
You see
All right,
Exora
yeah.
like pulling on a different torch in like, the background. Like,
everybody's pulling on a torch.
I wonder what kind of mechanism this was. Oh, it appears to
I'm
have
going
been
to go now. I'm
harnessed.
I see. Okay. All right. Such swanning back into darkness.
Keep up the good work.
Perfect. As you guys decide, I'm sorry, you said you were going right. Did I hear that correct? Right. Okay.
Yes, correct.
As you guys decide to go right, you do hear your radios crackle. And you hear General Lawyer through your radios, and he's like, "Status report, please. What's going on? Where are you at?"
Okay, so that's everybody broadcast, or was
That's
that
a
just
general channel.
General broadcast.
Yeah.
All right. Jake then pops in. Jake here. Nothing yet. We're proceeding deeper into the ruins. If it matters any for y'all at command, we found an intersection, and we're taking the rightmost split. We're marking our path as we go.
Good to know. Thank you for the report. Any idea how far in, how deep down you are?
Well, deep enough. Nothing else we can really report for the moment, but if we find anything or hear anything, we will let you know.
Not deep enough to cut off comms.
Thank you, Gord.
Sounds good. Keep us updated. Lawyer out. He clicks off, and you see at the essentially at the back of your party, Kathy is doing the same thing that you guys are, inspecting torches, and Rock is lingering
Inspecting
very close.
Kathy. Yes.
Yeah. He's more so inspecting the surrounding area.
Okay.
You can it's very clear he's looking for threats at this point. As you guys decide to go right, they do follow. They do stick with you guys there. You guys head down this corridor for some time. It is straight. It does not curve at any point as you're walking. Eventually, you do hear
I do make a note of how long it takes, because we have been stuck in a time loop before. So,
Okay.
Or time
Yes.
thing. So,
Yes.
yeah, just timer
Keeping
on
track.
the watch. Yeah.
After about 30 minutes of walking, you guys all hear it clear as day. There is a change in the sound of your footsteps. It goes from the sound of feet on stone to the feet on metal.
Oh.
But there is no change in
The
what
appearance?
it looks like. Yeah, what it looks like you are walking on.
The terrain has changed.
Train?
So it would seem we are walking on a metal alloy of some sort.
Jake stomps his foot a little bit. Does it sound hollow or
It
solid?
doesn't sound hollow. It sounds very solid, but it is very clearly, as you stomp your foot and it echoes, it is very clearly metallic, as opposed to about like 5 feet ago when it was stone.
Check the comms.
The comms are still active. You hear the crackle, and you hear the feedback on everybody's comms, and then you hear General Lawyer. It's a little bit, it's not as clear of a connection as it was 30 minutes ago, but you do hear, I'm hearing static. Everything okay?
Hey, Lawyer, this is Jake Miller. We've encountered a floor that's more metallic than stone, but no obvious signs visually of what it is. We're proceeding further down the tunnel.
Sounds good. Proceed with caution.
I'll look at our geologist, Kathy. Do you have any idea what perhaps this terrain change could be?
Well, it's certainly possible that the further down they went, the more fortified they made it because of the weight of the earth above. Give me 1 second here. She pulls out a device, and you see her go back down the corridor a little bit. Rock follows her very just instinctually, does not let her out of his range. She goes back down the corridor and kind of like crouches and takes a scan of the base of the wall. After a couple seconds, she comes back and does the same thing closer to you guys. Okay, so it looks like that the stone was some type of like sandstone, limestone, similar composition to that on Earth. I can't quite identify. I mean, it's alien. This metal is pretty typical of the same metals that the Jaffa and Goa'uld use in their structures. There's a slight variation to it that I don't quite understand. And she's staring at her device,
Mhm.
and she's it's got like a stylus that she can write, and she's like making notes and like circling things that don't quite add up.
Understand that life, yeah.
Yeah, Ixora, you understand this very clearly. It's I don't want to say it's a new element because it's not. It's an altered element. This metal is there's something in it that has been changed, and I don't know the reason why. I'd have to do extensive tests on this to figure out exactly why it was altered and what it's for.
Perhaps if we find some metal later or get some more scans, we can do that research once we've finished exploring.
Absolutely. I definitely would like to mark this and this change. And she pulls out like a like one of those
Piece of chalk.
markers.
Yep.
Yeah, like the liquid chalk markers.
Every good scientist has one of those.
Yeah. And you see on the wall where it changes to metal, she puts an M, and then she goes back and over, she'll put an S for stone. And that's kind of like she's got her own code and knows what she's doing there. I think if we are going to run into traps, it's probably going to be with the metal, the non-natural stuff. So we should probably be on alert from here. That's just through with my experience. So just putting that out there. She gets a little nervous and just kind of like looks back down at her pad kind of thing.
I'll move ahead.
Okay. So Gorik takes the lead. Everybody go ahead, and as you guys kind of stop here and you notice this change, make me a perception check.
Perception. Ugh. Rolled kind of sad.
You'll have to tell me what your rolls are. Roll20 is not loading for me. So
15.
Okay, I got 11.
11, 15 for Ixora,
16. Gorik
16
got
for
18.
Fiddler, 18 for Gorik. Perfect. Okay, so Jake, you don't quite notice it. Oh, and I need to roll. Oh, and Roll20 is not working for me. Okay, so then we'll just do I have dice somewhere? I do. Hold on, give me 1 second.
So Fiddler, how's it looking down that tunnel, Gorik? Have you found anything yet of matching traps for this kind of change?
I'm kind of wondering why Gorik is going ahead of me, because, you know, it's still dark and scary and all that.
Yes, but I'm the one who knows traps.
Right, and I'm
Jaffa
the one that can
traps?
see in the dark and not be spotted by other people.
Hey, Gorik,
No, you don't need to be able to see a trap to know a trap.
Hey, Gorik, did the Jaffa ever have any like Jaffa-specific traps that you used to like use against your enemies, or that you know of that they used?
Many.
Whoa. Are we talking like spike traps or like...
Yes.
Whoa. Going really dark. I like it. Did they ever use any energy weapon traps?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not good.
Every trap you could think.
Fun.
We have used. Yes.
It's not wrong. So Kathy does not notice. She is kind of engrossed in her data pad, her device. But Rock does notice as well. Jake, you don't quite know. You notice after a moment because you see everybody else looking at it. But there is writing on one of the walls.
Oh, I'm over there.
You recognize it as ancient. You know, you guys are familiar with ancient. You know that this is ancient text on here. Did we say? I think Ixora knows ancient, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is.
I'm an archaeologist.
Yes, archaeologist. This is it's like a embossed plaque essentially on this wall a little bit ahead of where the changes from stone to metal on the metal side. This is a essentially like a kind of like a poem, like it's like a little saying kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's telling you a story about a Goa'uld queen who went into hiding for, you can't quite tell the reasons because some of it has been damaged. But you do see a name that I have here. Hold on one second. Where did I put it? You see the name Lacan, L-A''K-A-N.
She will read it aloud so everyone can know.
Yeah, you're not able to piece together the whole story, like I said, because it is a bit damaged, but that is the gist of what you get. There is something about a Goa'uld queen who went into hiding. There's a person named Lacan. You don't know if Lacan is the queen or a servant or an enemy. You can't really, tell who Lacan is, just that you see that name.
Get charcoal rubbing on that.
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
like
And you're
it.
able to. And you're able to translate that easily for everybody. Gorik.
Would Lacan have a symbol of some type?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Ooh.
Okay.
Rock is also going to roll one.
Okay. History check.
That is an 18 for Rock.
I can't seem to find history. Where is history?
Is history a skill?
Oh, it might be culture.
Culture check.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and roll a culture check. Yeah.
20.
20.
Nice.
Okay, so you and Rock are on the same page with this. Okay, so you don't recognize this name. What you recognize is the queen that went into hiding. Every Jaffa, every Goa'uld knows about the Tok'ra queen that defected, right? This sounds like that. Similar. You don't recognize the name Lacan. You know that's not quite a queen's name. That's more a Jaffa name than a Goa'uld name. But this seems to be, from what you can tell, this seems to be talking about the Tok'ra queen that defected, maybe. Again, it's damaged, so you don't have all of the details, but that's what it appears to be speaking of.
The story is told many times in Jaffa culture.
Yes, it's strange that this is here. This planet has never been associated with the Tok'ra. I don't know why the story of a Tok'ra queen would be here.
And why it would be written in ancient rather than Goa'uld.
That is also very strange. I think we need to find more of these.
I would agree.
This runes has become much more interesting.
Here we go.
I just don't understand like, I understand Goa'uld adapt, they steal technology, right? They adapt what they take, but I don't, it's not vice versa. It's not the other way around. I don't know why. Sorry, I'm just talking out loud, Kathy, kind of like, because It's just strange that I don't. The ancient talking about a Goa'uld. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
quite
sense.
peculiar. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just talking out loud. So I do that sometimes. Sorry. Rock like puts his hand on her shoulder and like gives a little pat. And he's like, "It's fine." What would you like to do now?
Keep going.
Keep going with caution, then, yeah.
Yes,
Unless
with
you guys
caution.
need to do any more scientific-y stuff with the writing or anything.
Nah.
Let's see if we can find more Jafar stories.
More.
Why? Those are boring.
You all
You wouldn't know a good story if you were told one.
So I believe we said Goric was going first, or is Fiddler?
That's what
Are we
Goric said.
So Fiddler going first. Okay, so Goric goes first. Okay.
Fiddler is
so
right behind him.
right behind. Okay. So you guys head down the corridor, the hallway that you guys are in, and you do eventually, about 10 minutes after you come across the plaque, you do see another T in the road. You can go left or you can go right.
Right. We will
Right, check
always,
again?
we will always choose right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right, we'll
It is a
mark it.
method. Yep.
We'll mark it, and before we go beyond this, Jake's gonna just do a quick radio check. See if anybody hears anything.
Radio is still working. You hear the static, and then a moment later you hear General Lawyer still reading you.
All right, loud and clear, General. Found another intersection after some ancient writing. Proceeding right. Any more news from SGP-1?
They're still progressing. Nothing has happened yet. They haven't come across any traps. You said you found ancient writing?
Yeah, ancient writing. So Ixora and Kathy say. We've got some copies of it. We will get it back topside once we finish our patrol here.
Understood. Over and out. And you guys head to the right with Goric in the lead. You hear the same metallic footsteps. Your footsteps are still metallic now. You do notice a very subtle change in the walls, where before, in that transition from the stone to the metallic echo, the walls were very clearly still stone. But as you turn down this corridor and you go down a little bit, it looks like it's now more metal, meant to, you know how they've got the tile that looks like wood planks, right? It's kind of like that. It's metal, but it looks like stone slabs.
Interesting.
But
that's for the walls now?
For the walls and the ground.
Okay.
It looks like you guys are, the more you are going in, the more metallic this structure is becoming, the further in you go. Are there any scans or anything that you all would like to be doing while you notice these changes?
I've got my magnetometer out to detect electrical fields.
Okay.
Scientist people do the thing.
Basically, yeah.
You have not noticed any fluctuations other than like the standard normal range that your meter is set at on this planet.
Okay. My eye out on it.
Okay. You guys head down some more, and eventually you do come across a closed door. The corridor ends in a closed door ahead of you.
There's a door.
Anybody fancy knocking?
Yes.
Do you believe someone would answer?
Perhaps I should look at the mechanism of the door and...
Yes, I would love... We should figure out how to open it.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't mean actually knock on the door. It's a figure of speech. Go ahead. Do the thing.
All right.
I'll assist Fiddler once he looks for the
Okay.
mechanisms.
So you do see, you guys are familiar with ancient technology. Much like in Atlantis, there are those, like the crystal box to the side.
Ooh.
Fiddler, you can make an engineering check to see if you can get this door open, and this would be at a, I know you get a bonus for higher level technology.
Mm-hmm.
You would get that bonus in this situation.
Okay, what is our tension die for this?
Your tension die is a D6. It is a standard
D6, okay.
D6.
Okay. So I get an engineering check plus a tension die. All right. Well,
and I was assisting.
Okay. I was about
Yes,
to say.
so you would have advantage.
Okay, so that's 29.
29. Easy peasy. This is primitive is the wrong word, but for you are so familiar with this that all you pop off the lid, you switch 2 of the crystals, you switch out their places, put the lid back on, wave your hand over it, and the door slides open. Easy peasy.
Okay.
The door slides open, and before you is
I put away the C4.
Okay, no C4 in this situation. Good, good.
Not this time.
Not this time. Right,
Yeah.
right. This door did not stump you.
We'll wait for the next door.
You guys see the door slides open, and lights come on in this room. They're very low, warm lights. It doesn't make it super bright in here, but it makes it enough that you guys don't necessarily have to use your headlamps if you don't want to.
I keep mine on just in case.
Okay, just in case. You see before you through the doorway, it is a large square room, and the first thing you notice is that this looks exactly the same as the room that you found that Goa'uld doing experiments on Jaffa in. There are 6 of those like cryo chamber tubes in the center of the room. There is on the far wall, there's like an operating table, and there are some what do you call them? Computer stations, like screen stations along one of the walls. What would you like to do?
Anyone in the cryo tubes?
No, all of the cryo tubes are.
I had to ask.
Fiddler head straight for the screen for the computer screens.
So you walk through the door.
Yes, I walk through the door.
Okay,
and here's the first trap.
Yep,
Flashbang.
It goes right through. That's exactly what he does. He's not even
Go
paying attention.
ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh,
please.
technology.
Exactly.
Are we?
Dexterity saving throw.
And it's so it's just Fiddler because he's the first person through the door.
I was gonna say,
Should let me go.
24.
Guess who I got?
24. Okay. You step through this doorway. You see those computer stations on the left-hand side. You recognize this room from that very first mission you guys were on, and you're like, ooh, there could be interesting things over there that I can look at, and
I'm so bored. I need something to stimulate my mind.
Ancient ruins, yeah, that's nonsense. But give me technology. You step through the door and you hear this high-pitched whirling sound start to build, and over the course of about 5 seconds it gets higher and higher and higher, and at the last possible second you remember that General Lawyer told you that there was a force field that trapped somebody in it, and you do like a very quick duck and dive somersault kind of situation as like a blue shimmering force field encases the spot that you were just standing in, and you are not trapped in this. It kind of like a lava lamp tube shaped force field. So you miss that, and you are not trapped there.
Jake, I'd like to report the location of a trap.
Okay. You okay?
That bright light there. No, I'm fine.
All right.
Ish, sure. A little more concerned now that I'm standing in the room with traps.
What do we do? Do we stay in the back? Step in? What do you?
I just
Gork
walk
says
in.
he's good with trap. Okay, there you go.
Gork, no.
Okay, Gork, you walk in. Okay, you walk in.
Trap's been triggered.
Oh, geez. Well, it could
There
have had a
might be
second
more.
mechanism.
No.
No.
Okay, wait.
I am walking
Goa'uld.
very gingerly and carefully, investigating for traps all the way to the computers.
No,
Alrighty,
no,
go
it's
ahead.
fine. It's fine. Just
Roll
walk
that
through.
investigation.
Is
20.
this where you want to be? Just standing at the
20.
computer?
Going cautiously.
There are no other traps. It seems like you triggered the one that was in this room, at least in this general
Can I
area.
push Gorik into the trap?
This is why you let the scout go first.
I mean, you can certainly try.
No.
There's no traps to be triggered.
You can't let the scout go first if you can't open the door, scout.
Hey, I could have opened the door.
Right.
Hold C4
Ugh.
passion.
We
Universal.
don't blow things up until after we know their use, all right?
And especially underground, it's not the most stable of places to set up.
Nah, the
explosives.
walls are strong enough to withstand that sort of thing. We'll be fine. Just save it for later.
All right, Jake's gonna stay at the door while they're doing that. He's gonna report over the radio to the general that we found a control capsule. Found a room. There's a trap. We're all
Okay.
good.
It's just like the room where we found the Jaffa being operated on.
There
You
you
should
go.
know that from the reports.
I'm taking
he
a
says that.
video.
He says all that to the general.
Good. Okay.
And I'm on
Um,
the computer.
You hear some crackling. It seems like your connection is not the greatest in this or around this room. But you are able to get a hold of Lawyer.
If I have
and
to step in the hallway a little bit,
Yeah, you do. Yeah. In order to get a more clear connection, you do have to step away from this room a little bit. You report this to Lawyer, and he responds with another proceed with caution. If any traps go off and you get stuck and you need help, let us know. We'll send in an additional team, but otherwise proceed with caution.
Will do.
Um,
Face hugger
Escape
attacks me.
master.
Yeah.
Yes.
I took
yes.
defeat comms tech, which gives me extended range on all comms devices that my team uses because I tinker with everything. Would that help with this situation?
It absolutely would. It would.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me know. I will keep that in mind.
So I take the radio Jake's been using. I'm like, did you not get the upgrade I gave you? And I slam in the little SIM card, give it back to him. It should work fine now. Why the hell did you have to walk out the room to tell him? I heard you loud and clear. I'm not having problems. Damn it, Jake.
Damn it, Jake.
Just looks at the radio and goes, "Thanks. I'll stay nearby." Then.
You don't
Thank
look
you.
at any of my memos, do you? I mean, look.
I'm buried in paperwork every day, Fiddler. I don't have time to read all of them.
Fine.
I'll try. I will.
No. It's all right.
prioritize
It's
them.
all right. I'm only your engineer on your team. Just you need me when you open the door, but I request something.
You're right, Fiddler. Though I'll prioritize your invoices top of the list. I promise.
Fine. Gets back to banging on the computer.
Okay.
More than one way to open a door.
That's very true. We will get to the computers in just a moment. Gorik, what are you doing in this room?
Arming C4.
Probably going over to there's the examination table
Mhm.
area that kind of like replaying the scene in his head. Probably just kind of like following his own footsteps.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that don't remember, in our very first mission, our adventurers found they had to go and rescue a team that had gone missing. As they did so, they found a invisible ship building something that they explored, and they found essentially a carbon copy of this room where a Goa'uld was surrounded by its Jaffa minions and was trying to implant a newborn, a baby Goa'uld into a Jaffa. For those of you who are familiar with Stargate lore, Jaffa traditionally cannot host a Goa'uld except for in their little abdomen pouch. That's the only way that they can have a Goa'uld in them. This Goa'uld was attempting to implement a Goa'uld the traditional way, so through the neck and in the brain and through the stem on a Jaffa. This is, like I said, this is a carbon copy of that room. As you walk up to this operation table, you see that it is in, unlike the corridors where it was very clear that they had been locked, this is pristine. It looks like it has never been touched, never been used. There's like no dust, there's no anything. It is in perfect condition.
So this lab's never been used.
At least it looks like it's never been used.
Okay.
They used bomb
Well,
ammo.
you know what? Then I am going to search the place for signs of use. I want to
Okay.
know if this place has been used or not.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me an investigation check. While you do that, Ixora, what are you doing?
Seeing if we can get some file access. Computer.
Okay. You're at the computers as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then
There's
we will get
nothing
to
in the
you-
tubes, so this is where all the info
Right.
is. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then we'll get to you and Fiddler in a moment. Jake, are you still outside or have you come into the room?
He's come in, but he's kind of doing a very casual walk around looking at things, but in his mind, first and foremost, he's looking at room integrity. He's looking at hidey holes in places, shining his lights and things. Like he's just looking
Okay.
around, making sure the room's secure and
Secure.
nothing of interest that needs to be pointed out.
Okay, absolutely. Go ahead and you can make me an investigation as check as well. Gorik, what was your total for your investigation?
15.
15. Okay. As far as you can tell, it looks like this room, if it was used, it was cleaned very well. It was brought back to its brand new status. But you can't tell if beyond that, if it has been used or if it's literally brand new, or was brand new and just was preserved and never used.
I can't even tell if we're the first ones who've ever been to this room. This place is immaculately cleaned.
Well, someone had to have built it.
Very true.
There
You
is a
see,
logic in that, yeah.
yes. You see Kathy, and Kathy is at the cryotubes. It looks like she is looking at the panels there and seeing if she can get any information off of those. Rock is over at the examination table as well. He looks a little off-put, like it's unnerving him a little bit. Don't really know why, but that's what you guys, all clear as day. He's a little unsettled by that. Jake, what was your total for your hidey
He's
hole
obviously
check?
read our files. I mean,
I got an 18 for investigation.
18. Okay, pretty much. You don't see any hidey holes. You don't find any like secret doors or anything.
Nothing obvious laying out in the open, like, hey, there's a glowing stick laying on the floor, you know.
Nope, nothing like that. The only thing that seems out of place here is that triggered trap, which is still glowing. But other than that, it looks pretty much untouched.
Okay.
Okay.
He lets the scientist people do sciencey things.
Alrighty, my sciencey people, go ahead and roll me a is there like a computer check?
Technology.
Yes, go ahead and roll me a technology check. You can decide who rolls. Whoever rolls will get advantage. And you will, Fiddler, if you're the one who's rolling, you can get your technology bonus as well.
I'll assist Fiddler.
Okay.
Engineering.
Yeah, that would be an engineering check for me, I guess. Okay. Now is this a? Well, I mean, would you consider this a technology I'm familiar with?
That's a good question because you have technically come across this before and you do know how to access ancient databases. I'll say because it's no, you are not
Okay.
familiar with this.
All right. Well, she's helping anyway, so it
Yeah.
kind of okay. So there's the die. So that would be a 19.
19. Okay. You, with Ixora's help, you guys are both able to boot this computer up in basically like emergency mode. There's not enough power here to turn it on completely, but you are able to you're able to pull, you can't access it. It's very heavily encrypted, but you're essentially able to pull like a black box kind of thing. Not quite a black box, it's like a black file. It's the
Like it's emergency backup file.
yeah, so essentially this, like with when a plane crashes, you've got the black box and it records the last however many minutes of the plane's functionality. This file does the same thing. It has stored and recorded essentially the last actions that were taken on this computer. It is very heavily encrypted with an ancient data code that you guys know for a fact you will not be able to crack here right now. It needs to go back to
it will take quite some time to decipher.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, if only we had brought an AI.
Excellent point.
Next time.
Would you consider this a damaged piece of equipment, or would you consider it just an underpowered piece of equipment?
It's certainly underpowered.
Okay.
You don't know if it's damaged or if it was just wiped.
Oh.
Okay. Because a lot of my abilities are about repairing broken equipment. So that's why I was just asking.
Okay. The computer itself seems to be functioning fine. It's just underpowered. And then this black box file is more, like I said, it looks like the computer has been wiped and somehow this was missed.
Okay. Right, at least we got that. I mean
it is better than nothing.
It's disappointing though. I mean, there should be more. I mean, this is simplistic, simple things. There's so much that could be here right now that could tell us what the other place was doing, what this place is doing. But all right.
Hey guys, you might want to come take a look at this. Kathy at the cryotubes has called out all of yours. Well, at the very least, Ixora and Fiddler has called y'all's attention. And if you go over there, you do see that she has managed to pull up. Each of the cryotubes has a control panel, right? She has managed to pull up a data pad, I'm sorry, I'm not super
like a little screen.
It's like the coding for this cryotube, the root commands and things like that. So I know like very, very basic Tauri coding. Ancient, I'm a little rusty on it, but I think this is saying something along the lines of that there were people in here. Like Jaffa people. I think my ancient's pretty rusty, so you guys might have to take a look at it. You guys seem to know what that pictograph was.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me. Is there like a languages?
I think that would go under culture.
Culture? Yeah, go ahead and roll me a culture check.
Sure. 15.
15. Okay, yeah, that's enough. With what she has pulled up, you're able to tell that this particular tube had essentially, it had been used, and it held a you see like very basic like not specifications, but it says Jaffa, male, age 93 years old, what is the other things? Oh, sorry, I have to look at my notes.
Oh, please do. That's what they're there for.
Exactly. Oh no, this is the wrong episode. Hold on. That's the episode that I want. There we go. Jaffa, male, 93 years old, 4th symbiote. And then it also says high risk and possible termination.
Okay. I will just jot down on my notebook what I'm seeing and then show it.
Okay. And Kathy, I wasn't able to get anything off of the other ones. This seems to be the only one that had any data on it. So.
Interesting. Are there any other doors that lead out of here besides the one we came in? Nope, this is a dead end. Interesting.
Yep, just the one that you guys came in.
Oh, you know what? There was that secret room off of the one that looks just like this on our first mission. I'm gonna look to see if this one also has a little secret chamber.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Roll me an investigation. And don't you have like an ability?
Yes, I could spend a Eureka point to automatically know
That's
if
using your
there's a
noodle right
secret area may be accessed. So yeah, I'll spend a Eureka point.
Okay, okay, absolutely.
To know if there's any. It doesn't tell me how to access them, but it lets me know if they're there. So
yes. So with your Eureka point, you essentially find there is not a secret kind of like the same. It's not like a secret room. There's a panel that is where the operation table is. On the wall back there, you notice that there is an irregularity in the wall. And as you fiddle with it, you're able to pop open a panel that has an ancient combination lock. The numbers are in ancient. Don't know what it's to. You don't see any like safe or anything like that. You just see this combo here.
I found this.
And you guys all see what she is pointing to.
It's like one of those tables?
No, so it's in the wall, right? And she essentially when you get up close, like super, super close to it, you can see it. There's like a like micro fracture of space between the wall and this panel, and you literally just you pushed it and the panel
popped out,
swung open. Words, guys, jeez. you pushed in and the panel swung open, and now there is a like each number is a button. In ancient.
I do have to know, how is it like our standard numpad? Is it 1 through 10? Like what? How many numbers are here? Or
it is 0 through 9.
0 through 9. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, this is theoretically a lot of combinations, especially seeing as how we don't know how long it is.
Perhaps we could, we could narrow it down a little bit. We could look at, abrasions on the number pads to see which ones were used. Might be able to reduce some of the combinations down.
I have not touched any of the buttons yet, so there might even still be residual oils or something left from someone's finger.
Maybe. Depends on how long it was used and how often.
Pull out the glasses. Get real close.
Okay. I will let you know this is going to be a very high difficulty, but one of you may make a investigation check with advantage if the other person helps.
Oh, we're helping.
I have an idea too.
What would you like to do?
I'll on like a scale of 1 to 10. How good are you at investigating things typically?
I mean, if you were to add that on top of a roll, maybe a 7 on top.
Okay, yeah. Like I'm about a 6.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're pretty similar,
we're pretty similar.
Brain, the brain.
Big brain people. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, would you like me to try?
I put in my birthday. Boop, 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 boop.
I break his finger.
I was about to say, do you press those buttons?
I'll assist Fiddler. This is a technology thing. And a
Okay.
code thing. He's good with numbers being a Tolan, so.
22 without even using a
And
tension die.
I can do a thing
Okay.
once per session, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me scroll up through my
Would this be a tension die
skills.
thing, or is this just
It
an investigation
would
thing?
be a tension
Just an-
die.
No, I'm talking about my tension die.
Oh.
For yours, no, it would just
Okay.
be a investigation
Okay.
because you're trying to figure out the combo
Okay.
as opposed to technology.
Yes, I can I can use an analogy to help others work through complex or esoteric problems. Once per short rest, I may grant a friendly character attention die on on an intelligence or wisdom. This is intelligence check.
Okay.
So yes, I'll be
Yeah.
like, and I'll make it a pop culture reference. I'll be like, this is just like in that heist movie, Ocean's 11, 12. There's so many of them, but they don't start before 10. It's quite odd.
They went back to 8 at one
Did
point
they?
too. It was very strange.
But yeah, remember that one scene? They had the light they shone.
Oh, I liked that one. It almost showed like Tari being intelligent. It was amazing. All
It's quite
right.
exciting.
Like
Go ahead
it gave
and
me
add that
hope.
tension die
It gave me hope for the species.
as you insult all Calry.
Plus 3, 25.
Cinema's terrible.
25. Very nice, very nice. Okay. You
Sorry,
based
Jake.
off of your roll and with that 25, you are able to pick out the numbers
Ooh.
1, 4, 3, 7, 8, and 0.
I really don't like 2 or 9.
I was kind of
Or
hoping it would just be
6.
like a single number, like they did like 99999. It would just have numbers. Yeah, that I guess that's. I mean, it's 6. Well, we don't know what the total would be either. So, I mean, we could just start pressing buttons, but I'm pretty sure there's something terrible that'll happen.
At least we have a guidance on which numbers to attempt.
That is very true.
Let's see. 6-digit combination possibilities.
So Jake.
Yes,
There's
Sorg.
only 1 million different possibilities it could be.
We start now. We done.
Have
in a
you
month.
tried out that new ration?
The beef stroganoff?
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
good.
pretty great.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Tastes a little chewy. Maybe I didn't cook mine long enough.
Yes, I was not a fan of the texture. Rock says from behind you.
Well, I really want to try one. The only way, honestly, to figure that out is if we try a bunch of different combinations.
I'm looking at this particular. Okay, behind the panel, I'm looking at this code. Does it look like it's going to release something? Is it going to open something? Is it like what? Can I discern what I think this accessing this code will
What
provide?
the rock pad might do, yeah.
Right.
I think it's better if you use your bread to dip into it.
Soaks up some of those oils that,
Yeah,
that
the
make it taste a
juices,
little
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. As that riveting conversation is happening.
The 3 scientists, an engineer, and
Yeah.
Fiddler looks over his shoulder. Save it for the podcast.
So based off what you see here and what you know of ancient technology, you cannot be certain. It doesn't seem to be connected to anything that you can see. Your best guess is that this is like a safe combination, but that is a very like Tauri way of thinking. You really can't discern what this will do.
Okay. I'll be Ixara. Okay. Do you understand that one wrong combination could mean like instant death for us all?
It is a possibility, I suppose. Perhaps there is the order to the combination in that file we picked up.
That was my thoughts exactly. Or perhaps it'll be hidden somewhere else around in this, some
An
people,
astute observation. I'll just
people
take
like
up
you
my
and I
camcorder
sometimes
again.
have so much in our head, it's hard to keep passwords, so we hide them places.
This is quite true. And then I'll just video camera it again in the room one more time and then go, I suppose we should backtrack to try to find other things. And I look at the numpad again and then I look away.
Just telling you, Doctor's son's birthday.
Oh Lord. So what would you guys like to do?
Discuss food, the channel, where it's going for Goa'uld, you know.
Rock is he kind of looks at Gorik and Jake, and so like, how did you come up with the idea for this food thing that you do, Gorik? I think Gorik has stepped away.
Very
I think he
stuck,
stepped
man.
away, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay,
No
no
worries.
worries. So instead, Gorik is reminiscing about the beef stroganoff ration.
Yes.
So Rock will be like, do you like do the food thing with him? Do you try the food too and review it, or is it just him?
Just him. I like to eat the food every now and then, though.
Do you try any like non-Telri food?
I'll try it as long as it doesn't look too suspicious. You know,
That's
not
fair.
really, not super down with the whole like ultra like weird stuff.
You're
That's how I
missing
feel
out on the
about-
world of flavor as I just like finish, like turn off the camcorder.
That's how I feel about Telri meatloaf. Meat should not be
Oh.
square.
Yeah, some Tari people feel the same way. It's understandable.
I don't understand it. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like meatloaf either. Kathy pipes up from the side.
Across the
Wow.
way. Yeah.
You two seem to have a lot in common.
Oh, Exora. Really. All right. Yeah.
I am a fan of all loaves.
Even ones made of meat.
Yes.
Oh yes, the loaves
If
of
you
meat.
if you listen to the podcast, you know he's especially a fan of loafed meat.
Loaf is the best form of serving.
I like loaf of bread. That's good.
Yes.
Loaf of meat, I'm not a huge fan of.
Have you ever had a loaf of cheese?
Cheese comes in loaves.
It's a very Hobbit answer. It
It's
comes in pints
square.
too.
It comes in bites. Anyway, as you guys discuss the food, Ixar, you finish up with your video call, your video camera. And I need everybody to please make me what did I write down? Hold on, I'm so sorry. After so many
A happiness
minutes.
check. Oh wow, look, we're all thrilled.
I'm so
That was
happy.
that was so great. Oh wow.
Go ahead and make me wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Poor thing.
Oh, and I will roll for Rock and
Yep, that's what I thought.
oh no.
Got
Oh,
21.
no, they rolled the same thing. Okay.
Oh wow, they really do have so
they're
much
so
in
in
common.
sync.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me refresh my roll 20, see if maybe it'll work
Jake.
for me now.
You and I,
Yeah, we are not.
doomed.
We are not well.
we're
It's the-
doomed.
It's the beef
Okay.
stroganoff.
So
It's-
11,
My
21.
stoicism is only defeated by my wisdom.
7, and 22. Okay, hold on.
And your love of explosives
I guess.
transcends all
Food.
versions of yourself.
Okay, so Jake and Fiddler,
Hmm.
you
You're now
guys
mind controlled.
are you guys are finishing up, right, with what you're doing.
We're
You're
about to walk out of the room. It's great.
yeah, about to walk out of the room. You guys are collecting all of your notes and things and heading back towards the
Oh my
door.
god, the science is done. We can leave.
You both at the same time see a figure running away from the door down the corridor.
Hey, whoa.
What? Where did that person come from?
What
I don't know.
person?
The one
Hey,
that
you
just
down
ran
there.
out the
Hey.
door.
I
There was
saw
no one there.
No one other than ourselves.
You saw him, Jake.
Yeah. Hey, you down there. Hey. And Jake's
You guys both
Right
saw the
after him.
figure.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
running
after
after him. Okay. Yeah, you guys both saw the figure. You both heard like footsteps like running away. Like
the full thing. Ooh.
you fully believe there is somebody running down that hallway.
Exchange look with Gorik.
I assure you, there was no figure.
We should follow them.
No, there's definitely a figure there. There's definitely
What?
someone there. Yeah.
And now I
But
look
you
at
have
Gorik.
gone mad
And
also.
Rock, yeah, Rock has his staff, and he's like, "No, there was definitely somebody there. We should."
And now
probably follow
Xor looks
them."
All right.
Gorik. Am
Two.
I
All right, wait.
Gorik and I the crazy ones?
Now, at this point,
Gorik and I must be the crazy ones. Everyone else saw it but us.
Everyone but you guys.
You're all going back and getting vision tests. That's it.
Hey,
Kathy and Rock will follow Jake and Fiddler down the hallway.
guess we'll follow Kathy and Rock.
Okay. So,
I take one moment
ow,
and
Mhm.
I
that hurt. Ow.
like I shoot an arrow at somewhere, make sure my vision's straight.
Vision is straight. You hit your mark dead on.
Yeah. All right. All right, then I'll continue.
Okay.
Hmm.
Fiddler and Jake both makes me dexterity checks, please, to attempt to keep up with this shadowy figure running down the hallway.
Shadowy running figure. Dexterity check.
Check.
20.
20. Okay. Just to keep up.
15.
15. Okay, yeah, both of you easily enough. This figure is far enough out of your lamp range that you can't, all you see is a shadowy figure, like I said. You're hearing the footsteps running ahead of you. You are you don't seem to be able to catch up to them at any point. They seem to be ahead of like paced just far enough ahead of you. You run past so that the second intersection where you guys turned right and you found this dead end, when you guys reach that juncture, the figure continues to go straight. Do you follow, or do you continue
take
to do?
them.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to fall.
Okay.
Fiddler kind of like puts a hand out in front of Jake and stops. Like,
Hey, what?
we haven't gone down this way yet. Traps? Bad things?
All right. You want to take the lead?
All right, I'll head down. We'll do it halftime. Try and keep him in sight, and we'll track him from there.
Okay.
Jake,
you guys,
as we're moving to Jake's, can Jake do a quick radio call out to the general? Somebody might be down here. Is any of the teams near us?
okay. There is a little bit of static still. It's much more clear than it was before, but there's still a little bit of static. And you hear General Lawyer, everyone's accounted for with their team. I don't know where they are in relation to you. We don't have a full map of the facility yet, but nobody's on their own. Is this person by themselves?
Unknown. We found cryotubes in pursuit.
Understood. Keep me updated. As you guys begin to follow this figure down the hall at half speed, they do go out of your range of vision because you guys slowed down.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll me investigation checks as you move forward. And anyone who would like can make these checks.
19.
And
Yeah.
I don't see me doing
20.
much better than that. Okay. Well, you know,
Well, there you go. God, bring it, Gory.
Come on, you can do
if
it.
I
Gory.
crit, I can get a 21.
Let's
8.
do roll.
Nice.
8.
That is a 18 from Rock and a 14 from Kathy. Okay.
I'm still trying to play with my vision, making sure I'm all right.
Yeah, you're a little unsettled. It is a little weird. yeah, you guys don't see anything particularly dangerous, no traps, nothing like that as you guys are walking down. You don't see, I mean, it would be very difficult because there's no dust or anything like here. It's pretty pristine, so you don't see any footprints or anything like that from this figure ahead of you.
I gotta ask,
After-
as we move, I'd like to think Jake would be doing some quick momentary replays in his head to try and get specifics of the figure. Was it large figure, short figure, wide, thin, look young, look old? Was there anything about this that he could
So
pick
they
up
were
anything?
they were too far away to pick up any specific details.
Okay,
You
it's
know
like
that
a
they were
flash of a figure.
yeah, they were humanoid shaped. Standard like medium height, average Tauri height, kind of height. I keep saying that, but
Okay.
that's how tall they were. Didn't get any figures. They were cloaked in shadow because it's so dark down here without
That's fine.
any type of light or anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
But they were very obviously humanoid. You guys continue forward. The sound of that, those of you that failed your save, the sound of the running footsteps do recede. You don't hear that anymore. As you're walking down the hallway with your investigation checks, you do see more signs of like those torches and stuff. And eventually you come to a dead end.
Immediately
Fiddler.
start checking the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Checking the wall. Go ahead and roll me another investigation check, please, for this section.
14.
14. Okay. Anybody else would like to make a roll as well? So Fiddler,
12.
you pick a wall. Jake, you pick another wall. You
23.
guys are 23. Okay. You guys are feeling along these walls. It's very obvious. It's that weird,
can
it
reach
looks
the
like
ceiling.
stone, but yeah. It feels like stone, but it looks like stone, but it feels like metal. It's
Mhm.
it's a little disconcerting. You guys don't feel anything.
Is it like the tree?
It's similar, not
Mm.
quite.
Okay.
The with the tree, it was the texture of bark, but it was very obviously metal. With
Okay.
this, it looks like stone, but it's the texture of metal.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Ixora, you so aptly mentioned the roof or the ceiling.
They were looking at one wall, they were looking at another wall. I was like, I'll check the ceiling.
Yeah, you are able to essentially you see them, they've got the walls and you're looking up and you're feeling along the ceiling and your hand catches in like a divot. You put your fingers in the divot and you
Yes,
basically you find like a latch that you hook onto and you pull down, and a kind of like with an attic, a ladder drops in front of you.
I found something.
Found something?
Did not expect that.
All right, well, let's see what it is. What you got?
Looks like some sort of maintenance ladder.
Kind of.
Perhaps.
All right.
Looking up.
Bork, Fiddler, when do y'all want to go up?
I'm already on it.
All right.
Okay.
Caution.
That's
All right.
my middle name.
Oh.
I didn't know Jafar had middle names.
Dork begins
I take on a lot of human customs.
lived with them for so long.
Yeah, Tauri or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Goric, you climb up this ladder and you find yourself in essentially the ceiling. It looks like it looks very similar to the shaft that you guys came down. It's very obviously metallic. It doesn't look like stone in here. It looks like metal sheet walls.
Not even trying to hide it here.
Right. Not even trying to hide it here. No. And you see in front of you just a extended corridor.
There's another corridor up here. And I'll like hold my arm up down to help out the others.
Hey, did you want to go first, Fiddler, or do you want me to?
Oh, Exora's already going up.
Oh, Exor's apparently already gone. Okay.
And we're
Yeah.
talking about who's going next, and Exor's right up.
Yep, yep.
I thought we had an SOP for a reason.
Exor still climbs.
Fowl's right behind her.
I found
Jake.
this hole. I wanted to explore it.
Jake will follow.
Jake will follow. Okay, and then Kathy goes up next, and Rock brings up the rear. Rock is actually he's gonna look behind you guys and do a quick perception check.
It's a smart guy.
Okay, he's like, we're still all clear down here. So whoever it is must have disappeared up here.
There
We'll
wasn't
go.
one to begin with.
Chasing ghosts.
He
Ooh.
follows y'all up, and he should I close the hatch?
I would not.
No? Okay. Leave it open. Okay.
I'll look to see if there's a way to open it from this side.
Yes, there is.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. That way,
Okay,
if we need a rescue team, they have an idea of where to look.
Right. Or quick escape. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So sounds good. Yep, I'll leave it. Alrighty. So you guys are in this corridor. You do have to be on your hands and knees. You, Ixora, it's very squished for you, Ixora.
If it's that squished, I will like before one of us comes back up, I'll crawl down and then I'll bring up the rear because I am the tallest person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, even on your hands and knees, there still is a little bit of headspace, like you guys would be able to like sit up, kind of thing. But it doesn't look like people are meant to be in here normally.
Oh, and I check the time. I start another timer.
Yes, you start a timer. You guys are familiar with time dilation fields. So you guys head off down with Goa'uld leading the way. How long do you guys want to go down this corridor?
I mean, a reasonable way. I mean, how long is this thing?
You
There's
guys
no
go
until there's a door or something.
until there's a door. Okay, absolutely.
I will make a note when 30 minutes has passed.
Okay.
It's a long time in this little crawl space.
Yes, you guys are in this crawl space for quite some time. You do notice that it curves at times. It does at one point. It does come to like a hard 90-degree angle to
I feel like
the
this
left.
is like the Victorian equivalent of like the secret passageway behind the bookshelf or something.
Very similar. That's what the vibe you're getting. Absolutely.
This is just very
You're moving between the
tunnel.
walls. Your things like this wide. You have to walk sideways. Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, after Ixora, you're timing it. It takes about an hour. Before you guys come across anything. Goa'uld, at the very front, you find a very similar to the trap that was set off in the other room. There is a white glowing force field in front of you.
Well, found something different at least.
What you got down there, Goa'uld? I can't see.
Please describe it to me.
Is it a door?
No. So can they get in front of me?
Yeah. There's enough space that you guys can like maneuver.
Like when people lay down and you just crawl over, like
crawl over.
Yeah. All right. Nope. No, I can't describe it. I just start crawling back.
Okay. Who
Jake's
takes the
near the
lead?
back, so.
Well, Ixora was the one right behind him, so she would be the next closest.
No, I backed out, and I because it was such a narrow tunnel, she decided the tallest person should be in the rear.
Ixora's at the end.
So yeah, she's at the end.
Well, Fiddler goes right up front.
That'd be Fiddler next, then yeah.
Okay.
Fun's
Like
always
once she
tough.
got up there, like she got like her torso in there, and oh no, and then like went back down.
Yeah.
Jake's right behind
You see,
Fiddler.
you're very familiar with this, Fiddler. This is the same type of force field that almost trapped you.
Okay.
In the cryotube room.
Okay. Is it it's just like a flat version of this field?
Yes, the other
Okay.
one it was like a lava lamp curved cylinder
Mhm.
kind of thing. This is just a flat. It is just blocking the way forward.
All right, surface to floor, wall to wall.
Excuse me.
Any
Yes.
grooves, anything like that on either side?
Roll me an investigation check, please. Sorry, I know
I
we've
was
got a
about to
lot
tell
of those.
Gorik to ready the C4.
Yeah,
Investigation check. 22.
Ooh, nice.
22.
And-
Okay.
It's technology. I could probably roll the tension die too on this one.
Yes. You do see there is a panel
Mhm.
embedded in the wall on the right-hand side.
Okay.
You're able to pop it off, and I'm sorry, you said a 22?
22.
20.
And
Go ahead and roll that tension die for me.
26.
26. Okay, yeah. With that 26, with that additional tension die, you're able to pop off the panel and disconnect this force field and shut it down. With that roll, you see that it was the way it's set up is you're on the inside of the force field, if that makes sense.
So this was something keeping something out.
That's what it seems like.
What
Okay.
did we just unleash?
Or no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was keeping something in. Like the access panel is on your side. They
Mhm.
didn't want the access panel on the other side of the force field.
Mm.
Okay.
It was keeping something in. At least that's what
Okay.
it seems like.
Was keyword here.
There might be something out there in this area. Well, something because this the panel was on our side. So
Like a prison?
Gorik, you're first. Go ahead.
There might have been something in every other step of this place also. What has changed?
No,
It
I'm,
just continues to move forward.
Not wrong. Not wrong. Gorik, you continue forward, and you immediately notice a change here. The temperature. It is more humid. It is more hot here. It feels a little tropical on this side of the force field. Essentially, Fiddler, you felt this too. As soon as that force field came down, you felt like this whoosh of like
Mhm.
jungle air kind of thing. You
Actually, I have
guys-
noticed some changes.
there are some changes here. The metal is a little bit rusted here because of the humidity, which makes sense. And you notice it's a downward slope now. Not super crazy angle, but downward enough that you guys can slide a little bit as you go down.
Ooh, fun.
Mm.
Uh-uh.
What would you like to do?
Do we want to attach that rope here so we can climb
Just be
ourselves out
ready
if
and
we want
rope
to?
just in case.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
What are you gonna attach the rope to in this
Easy.
slick
I got
metal?
I got pitons. We're gonna beat it into the wall.
Okay.
Oh,
I have a fabrication kit with me.
Okay.
That means I believe, if I'm correct, the fabrication kit comes with welding
Duct tape.
gear.
Oh, there you go. You can just
Awesome.
weld
Bit
a
of
little
welding gear.
piton real quick.
You
So
can have
a
like
hook.
one of those
Yeah.
yes.
little handheld welders
Yeah.
from like
Mhm.
aliens.
Right. Quick welding montage.
Just you have a
Shield
little
your
hook.
eyes.
Boop. You tie it to the hook. Nice.
Absolutely not a problem. No check needed. You guys are able to do that. You're able to tie off the rope. And what would you like to do?
Descend.
Okay.
Fiddler
who's
pushes
first?
Gorik.
Gorik
Ah!
first. Okay.
On play.
All right. So we've got Gorik going down first. In that case, there we go. Okay, Gorik, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
How hard do you hit the ground?
You know what's great about that? This level, I happen to get evasion.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So I believe that makes that a 23, I think. Right? Evasion gives me advantage?
No, okay.
It should. Hold on.
Does it?
No, I don't think.
Let's-
Well, I don't know this version of evasion.
Yeah, vision might be different here. Let's take a look real quick. Is that a class feature?
Yeah, from Scout.
You can nimbly dodge away of certain area effects. When you're subjugated to an effect that allows a dexterity throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage. If you succeed, and only half damage if you fail.
Oh, okay. Not
Okay,
damage.
it's not an area effect, so that would not apply in this situation.
Oh, okay. Well, dang.
Okay. So then what's your total? 13? 13. Okay. Okay. So you're down first, and it's like I said, it's a little slippery. The even with the rope, it's a little difficult to kind of keep your footing here, just because of the angle that it's at. At one point, the angle increases, and you slip, and you lose your grip on the rope, and you are in a kind of like a tumbling slide free fall down here. Who's after Goa'uld? Fiddler. You notice him lose his grip and kind of go. You see that the corridor, the incline or the slope increases, and he is now like kind of in a free fall. What do you do? Do you follow? Do you stop?
As the Tal'ri would say, shit.
Fiddler, seeing this and knowing that he did push Goa'uld down here first, feels a little bit bad. So he will literally, instead of sliding, like, so stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway. Instead of sliding down feet first, kind of like in a controlled slide, he's going to flip over into his stomach and use the rope to try and increase his speed to slide down as quickly as possible to try and get to Goa'uld and try and hold onto the rope and grab Goa'uld if he can.
Okay. So you're trying to catch up and grab him.
Yes, I'm going at ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous. Okay. Also, please go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
You're going at the speed of cinema.
Oh God, really? I have a good dexterity save.
Okay,
damn it! That's the reason I tried.
You miscalculate just how slippery this slide is, and you go flying, and you lose your grip on the rope as well, and you are now in a free fall after Goa'uld. Who is in line after Fiddler?
We've been falling for quite some time now.
Yeah, quite some time.
30 minutes. So, Jake, you notice Fiddler flip around onto his stomach and kind of just go shooting off down there. Do
they have the ropes on them at least?
You can't tell. It looks like Fiddler had a handle on the rope, but you don't know for sure at this point, now that they're kind of out of your sight.
There's a lot of cursing. Fuck, and he's getting the carabiner, getting on his vest and the rope, and he's clicking it in, and he's going down after him too.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
But he's using
put a knot
repelling gear.
Yep, he clicked in.
15.
15. Okay, that is what you needed. So with the 15, you clip into the rope, you make sure that you are connected, you are secure, and you kind of take off after them. You see them ahead of you. You're unfortunately not able to catch up with them. They're going a little too fast and a little too uncontrolled, but you are keeping them in sight as you descend along with them. Is Ixora's at the sorry, go ahead, Craig.
Yes.
I'm just saying Goa'uld is still in control.
Sure, let's go with that.
I am in the rear, but I do make a suggestion.
Okay.
To the lovely, not couple in front of us, not couple yet.
Hold on to each other. I knew it.
It would seem that it gets quite slippery up ahead. It would be quite terrible if we all got separated. You two should probably hold on to each other as you descend. Stability.
Stay really close.
To clarify,
stay close together.
This climbing hit had all sorts of stuff, so if y'all need carabiners or whatever, they had it.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what they're going to do. Is they are going to clip to each other, and then they'll clip to the rope, and then they will start their descent as well. I didn't have to make a
persuasion check. They're into it. I'm so here
for this. They know they're picking up what you're putting down. I need to roll dexterity saving throws for them. Ooh, okay. Kathy does not do great, but Rock does. Rock is able to kind of get them under control, and like when you're in a slide and you go down tandem, one person like kind of like sits in front of the other between their legs. Kathy's sitting in between his
That's
legs.
what I imagined. That was my
Yeah,
They're log
yeah.
fluming.
Thank you.
That's
They're
what
log
doing.
fluming, yeah,
They're log
basically.
fluming. Yeah.
And she loses control a little bit, but
That's what
he's
they're
able to
calling it these days.
like
He can wrap his arms around her.
his arm
Yes.
around.
Hold on.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very cute. It's
very
very cute.
romantic.
Um,
Sora just peeks and watches.
And
And
watch-
until they're done, and then it's going. I think it's going well. And then
Goa'uld and Fiddler are dying. She's setting up her new teammates.
And by the way, we're in the middle of these ancient runes that she's fascinated by.
Yeah.
I guess she has many fascinations.
look, ship's got to sail, yo. So Ixora is going to carabiner in, but also like belt, and then like unbuckle and then rebuckle around the rope to like double be locked in.
super secure.
And then
okay.
like that kid that's scared of the slide on the playground has like their sneakers down and like
yeah, and then just the high pitched
and
squeaking.
does like the scoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
Ixora is
okay.
doing.
Okay, go ahead. Roll me your dexterity saving throw, please.
Sure. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. 20. It worked.
20. Okay, the
I'm-
prep helps.
I
The
only
prep
have
helps.
a +1 to my dex save, but it's the squeaky boots.
The squeaky boots. Yes.
And like the
you're
very
going
poor
down.
sliding.
It's your new
Yeah,
call sign,
yeah.
Squeaky Boots.
You're going down this slide much slower than everybody else because of your squeaky boots, but you are very controlled,
Very secure.
very secure. Yes. Goa'uld and
And if the rope
Fiddler.
runs out, I want to attach new rope to it because I'm going
Okay.
slow enough that I should be able to.
Yeah, absolutely. And technically Jake is going slow-ish enough to do that as well.
Okay, good.
Actually, hold on, let me double check. What was Jake's
15.
15.
15. Yeah, Jake can do that since he is the
Okay.
first person who's not in like a total free fall.
I just
So-
hope it's not sewage.
You know, it's just an aggressive descent. That's all it is.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
free fall.
aggressive descent. It's not free fall because you're on a slide, right?
Exactly.
So you're not like totally falling through thin air.
Fiddler still thinks he's completely in control.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, nothing.
He hasn't noticed he's completely lost the rope. But,
Yeah. After a bit, it feels like you're falling forever. You're not, but it feels like it. After a
Stop
little bit, Goa'uld, you, there's a bright light below you. You see a not the same way that the force field was. It's more so just like a more natural light kind of. And you go shooting out of this slide. It comes to the slope hits a flat point, and you just go flying out, and you slam into you're not quite sure what. It disorients you a little bit, and then seconds later Fiddler comes flying and slams into you
Right
as
into you.
well.
Yeah.
Right into you. You guys each take like a point of damage, just from the force of how fast you guys were going. But you are relatively fine now, and you have stopped. You have come to a full and complete stop.
I believe we are outside.
I thought I had a better control of that. Sorry. At least I didn't shoot my grapple gun at you. That was my first idea.
You should stand, though.
What did you hit?
What did I hit? I
What-
looked behind me.
Yeah, so
Is
as
it
you
breathing?
guys kind of reorient and adjust to this light, it's now the way you guys landed, you're kind of looking up, right? You guys see this huge room. You can't quite see the ceiling.
Oh.
That's how tall it is.
Wow.
You guys seem to have been falling for quite some time. And you look to be in like a forest. It looks like you ran into a tree.
Fell through the other side of the
And-
world.
We're looking, and where's the light coming from?
Everywhere. It looks like there as you're looking up, there's like halfway up the walls there are these like half moon, not quite sconces, but like this half moon divot, and light seems to be coming out of them, shining onto the walls.
How,
And it
how
looks
bright?
like it's like natural sunlight. It's not, it doesn't look like artificial like white
No,
light.
I mean
It's
like the
warm,
entire the cavern. Like what is it?
Like
Is it
day.
daylight?
it's like
Okay.
daylight.
All right.
Gotta put your shades back on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is a hell of a biosphere.
I mean, it's not not like natural light. It's there and there and there and there and the force field was meant to keep things in here. Climbing things, probably.
As you say that, you
I was about to
guys
say
see
radio
Jake.
weapons.
You guys see Jake coming out of the shaft that you guys just descended from.
I thought you were about to
Kill
say
it.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah.
I know.
No.
Same.
Okay.
T-Rex with normal arms.
Here comes Jake.
Oh.
Oh no. Jake sees himself coming out there. He's slamming on the brakes on the climbing gear so that way he doesn't slam into Fiddler or the ground.
Okay. Yeah. You come out easy peasy.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. You come out very controlled, you're a little fast, but you don't slam into anything, no damage or anything. A little while later, a couple moments later,
Half an hour
Kathy
later.
and Rock do come out as well. And then for a while, no one else comes out.
You hear
Yeah, you guys hear like this squeaking sound from the tunnel.
Yeah.
Are there bats here? I hear bats.
No, I think that's Ixora. She was coming down pretty slow.
Is she
so-
using echolocation? Is that?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Oh, all right.
She might be.
There's a lot of science down here, I yell up the tunnel.
Speed
slightly
squeak,
less
squeak,
squeaking.
Squeak, squeak,
And a couple moments later, Ixora does go up.
And I like unclip the carabiner and I undo the belt, and then I redo the belt, and then I go, "Oh my goodness!" Because I am an archaeologist and a naturalist, so
And a
this is
naturalist.
like, wow.
As you
Disneyland.
come out and you see all of this, you hear a whirling noise behind
no.
you, and then a couple seconds later, your rope looks like it all comes coiling down and stops at your feet.
You're
Um,
kidding.
Oh,
And as you
no.
look,
I was cut
At-
off by some sort of force field.
it looks to
We
be
should have
a
cut it off right
cauterized
before the
burn.
force
Yeah,
field.
Yeah,
Oh no!
yeah.
Like so, it has it. So we know the force field has an auto timer now.
Yes, we do. We figured that out. Do the radios work?
That is an excellent question.
Click, panic
There is
clicking.
no sound from your radio.
Of course the radios don't.
And at that moment, you hear a dinosaur roar.
I wonder where it is.
Yeah.
I pull up my
Jurassic Park
magnetometer.
music playing in the back.
Yeah.
Are there any electrical fields or magnetic pulls?
It has not changed the whole time you have been in
Okay.
here. Your magnet radar, your
Ixora,
EMP.
there's going to be power systems. The lights are artificial in each locations around the sea.
Well, we don't know for certain that they are artificial. There are many bioluminescent creatures which produce varying levels of brightness.
But not natural sunlight. And this amount.
Anything is possible. We have to get to the bottom of this. And I just start like looking around.
Ixora,
hmm
this is a natural biome.
Yes, and I'm like
Meaning-
lifting up a rock to see if there's bugs underneath.
More than
Like-
likely, there are predators.
Yes, the thing about predators is that it depends on whether or not we know they're on their food chain or not. If they have not encountered humanoids before, they might regard us with more curiosity, which would give us enough time to escape. And I lift under like a little log, and just looking for bugs, all sorts.
You
of
do.
things.
You find some like critters and some bugs, just very
Do
small.
they look like the kind that are above ground?
They do. They
Okay.
do.
'Cause
So
if they were not, that would be a big old red flag.
yeah, you recognize a couple of them. Some
Just
of them
journey
you
to the
haven't
center of the
seen.
earth.
Yeah, some of them you haven't seen before. You don't recognize them. They look like they could be like a subspecies or an offset
Gorik,
of some of the
may I
ones
have
you're
one of your
familiar with.
Tupperware containers? Thank you. And I'll scoop up the little bug.
Do you think they'd be tasty?
We would have to analyze them first, but perhaps.
For flavor?
And toxicity. Now, and I'll close the lid almost all the way. So they have some-
What would
Put it
you
in my
guys like to do?
backpack.
You've got a bug now.
Yes. I put some leaves and stuff, like the stuff that was next to it in there, a little bit of dirt. Just
In
the
there,
Tupperware.
yeah.
So it feels like it's at home.
Gonna go full mummy and like go into your hand and like up your arm.
The
You have
scarab
like a
bugs.
little scarab beetle under your skin.
No, thank you. I had nightmares about that when
yeah,
I was a child.
those
I did too as a
freaky-ass
kid.
I
bugs,
wasn't allowed to
man.
watch the
Oh.
movie till I was a teenager because they thought that would wake me up. And I was like, yeah, I saw Lord of the Rings when I was 9. This is
Right.
This is fine.
The bugs wasn't the problem for me. It was the mummy that was the problem for me. Okay,
Oh, that
so-
was never the problem for me. It was always
Yeah,
the
no,
under
same.
the skin.
No, it's the thing you can't
Emotep
kill.
is hot as fuck.
He can
Emotep is hot as fuck.
Thank
girls
you.
versus
Thank
guys.
you.
I'm thinking about how I can kill this thing, and they're like, "Oh, how can I
And
romance
I'm like,
him?"
how can this
Listen. Monster fucker romances. Chef's kiss.
All right. Fiddler,
Anyway.
after this aside, Fiddler goes to Jake. And Jake, I would recommend going back to the point where we ejected ourselves out the tunnel and then going around the wall. We need to figure out how big the space is.
No, I agree. I don't like the looks of this at all.
And
This is a bad setup.
keeping a wall to our backs might be at least keeping
Wise.
things in
Yeah,
front of us.
let's get out of the open.
All right, so Fiddler heads right back to where they were ejected and starts moving down the right-hand wall.
Okay, absolutely, yeah.
If there's a place on the wall to mark too, just to keep it easy at eye level, Jake will mark the wall.
chalk pencil with a down arrow from where we came from.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have plenty of stuff to mark your path. You guys do a full circle. So this is big. This is it takes you quite some time to go around the whole thing. Ixora, you do have your watch and you are clocking.
Yep, I'm talking. And I'm
you guys
keeping
are
an eye out for wildlife. There's
Okay.
bunnies or lizards, or I just want to see what's living down here. How complete is this ecosystem? Bugs!
Yeah,
Bugs can live in self-supporting ecosystems, but mammals and
right.
reptiles and or birds, avian creatures, like that will tell us a lot about the area.
Absolutely. Yeah. You guys follow the shape of this wall, and it's irregular. It's not like a solid square. It curves at one point, it like turns a corner at another. This is huge. You guys follow the outer wall, and it takes you about 4 hours to get all the way around back to the shaft. At several points you can't see the opposite wall. It's just too far in the distance. It just kind of looks like the horizon kind of thing. You do see several creatures that you know are native to the upside here. You don't really see very many predators. You
or
don't know.
larger mammals. Like if it's a bunch of
Yeah.
small ones, that probably means there's not a lot of predators to support.
Yeah. There's a lot of small ones. You do see you hear some cries that you recognize as some predators from the top side.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't ever see any of them. Yeah, anything you guys would like to do during these 4 hours while you're tracing this wall? Anything specific?
All of the notes and science readings about like she's constantly like lagging and then like jogging to catch up and then lagging and then jogging to catch up.
I know.
If-
I'm using my special power by taking local foliage and then placing it on my teammates.
Okay.
Disguising
For camouflage.
ourselves. And I'm
Giving
like,
them
this is a
extra hide
fascinating
checks.
specimen. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Jake, every hour on the hour that we're going, I guess I'd like to put like a 1 or a 2 or
yeah.
a 3 on the wall
Okay.
to keep track of how far we're going.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can mark
My watch
essentially
goes
the
off
hour
every
marks.
hour.
Easy peasy.
Roman numerals, whatever.
Now, important question. How are you guys walking normally? Are you trying to be stealthy? How are you guys doing this? I know, Goa'uld, you are disguising your teammates.
I would imagine that.
I think we're going slow and stealthy and
I was gonna say
sciencey.
probably slow and steady.
Perfect.
Okay.
More time for
Yeah.
observations.
Exactly. That's exactly what
okay.
I was thinking too.
Everybody go ahead and make me stealth checks, please.
Oh,
Count.
now the bad rolls come.
Wait,
Champion
you have
rock?
advantage.
Oh, we
I have
do.
advantage.
Oh,
Oh, that's
everybody has
Yes.
right.
advantage. Okay, good. Because
Oh.
Cappy and Rock did not roll well. That's a little
Oh,
better.
Goa'uld just disappears
Gorik
into
is
the bush.
the wilderness. He is.
He has a ghillie suit on and is just gone.
I got a 14.
You guys cannot see Gorik anymore.
Hey, I'm not that far behind him.
14 for Xora. Fiddler, what'd you get?
24.
24. And Jake?
12.
Oh, okay. Okay, you guys feel like you're hidden enough. All of you lose sight of Gorik. You guys have no idea where Gorik is. Eventually, like every once in a while, he'll pop up, put some leaves on you, and then disappear again.
Like a little bit of like a mud streak across the face. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come out
yeah,
of the
exactly.
bushes. And boop, boop, boop.
That's awesome.
Yep. No.
What
You all.
is?
Oh,
ahead.
I was gonna say, well, wait a minute. Our scientists and Jaffa are still behind us, right?
They're
They're
with
still
you,
with
yeah.
us.
they're with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Yep, and they rolled
Just checking,
relatively
make sure
well.
we didn't lose
Yep.
them. You know.
Yeah,
No. Yeah,
No,
they
I've
came
got my
down
eye on them
before
too.
Xora. Yeah, for other reasons.
Other reasons.
You
Can I
what was
make
it?
a check, a nature check,
Sure.
to guesstimate how long this self-contained ecosystem has been in place?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll that.
Just
You
a nature
guys,
check. Sure.
with your stealth checks, do not attract any attention at this time.
At this time.
29.
At this time. 29.
Yeah, I get
a
advantage
very
and
long
attention
time.
die. I'm very into nature.
Yeah, a very long time. Some of these plants you know for a fact are extinct on the surface. This looks like you have equipment, right? And so does Kathy.
Mhm.
She at one point she pulled out like a so scientists, when they are like carbon dating stuff, they have like things like that. She's able to pull out like some rocks and some dirts, and she picks up a couple of things along the way and carbon dates them. And this biome seems to be as old as the pyramid itself, so several thousand years old.
Gotcha. If I see like a baby sapling of like I know what could be a very interesting extinct topside planet, I get out like my mess spoon, and I like gently scoop it out, stick it in like the tin cup or whatever, and put it in an outside pocket so it can get light and breathe.
Absolutely.
Rinse and until I don't have any more pockets for little extinct plants.
Okay. You are eventually, after about, like I said, 4 hours, you guys are able to get back to the shaft that you guys
Just adds to
ascended.
the camouflage.
Yeah. And as you guys come to your starting point, essentially, you hear a sound in the distance. Can't quite pinpoint where it's from. It sounds like screaming, like a person screaming. You hear it.
Couldn't be SGP-1. They're way too competent for that.
Right. Couldn't possibly. You hear it it's a long scream. Like this person filled their lungs essentially with this scream. And then it is very abruptly cut off, and the biome is silent. You don't even hear any of the animals. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Great. Na 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 da 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 da.
Congratulations, you guys lived. Woo!
Woo!
I feel
So
like
far.
Hell yeah!
this is like a journey to the center of the earth
I
scenario.
know!
Very
Ixora's loving
similar.
it.
Yeah. I actually had an original idea for the ruins and the pyramid and your next episode actually, but I changed it because I was doing some research and I like this better. So I think you guys are gonna have fun. What we will do now, we're just gonna go around, say who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part is. I'm gonna start with myself and then hand it over to our channel leader here to close us out. I'm Nugatosaurus. You can find me here on Mondays playing Sully Rupt, the human bard who met up with a friend and then fought some gibbering mouthers last night. So next episode will be hopefully fun finding people who are going to let us into a super evil temple. So that'll be great. I also GM, excuse me, here on every other Tuesday night. So we will not be back next week, but we will be back the week after with our next episode, which title is Sanctuary. So just as a preemptive, little thought nugget for you guys to stew on for the next 2 weeks. My favorite part was Goa'uld falling down the slide, and then Fiddler being like, "Oh, I'll save you," and immediately falling down after. That cracked me up. I thought that was hilarious. And I also really love Ixora shipping Kathy and Rock and trying to get them together in the middle of like a official mission. Like, you guys are working right now. I thought it was great. I love it. I'm here for
Adversity creates strong bonds.
Exactly. Trauma bonding, you're getting trapped in an ancient biome underneath a temple. It's fine. It'll be great.
Healthy.
Exactly. So healthy. That's me. I'm very excited. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Thanks for playing. And I'll see you guys on Monday next week.
Look, if 4 weeks in the swamp didn't do it for them, then maybe an undetermined amount of time in the bottom of this temple, in the bowels of this temple, will do it. I ship it. Anyways, we're gonna go around. Jake Miller, how was tonight for Jake?
That was good. My favorite part was the moist long shaft. That was funny. That was great. But I do like the story too, of us going through this facility and finding the ruins and the more modern stuff mixed in, and I'm excited to see where it's going to lead us in the end. And you guys from here Mondays, Tuesdays. Thanks everybody for watching. It was fun.
Thank you. Gorik.
Yes, I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me here Mondays, Tuesdays, and sometimes playing some GTA. I have to agree with Jake. Yeah, that was totally my favorite part too. I just liked how we pretty much all added to it. So I don't know. It just kept getting worse, and it built up, and it was funny. And I still can't wait to use some C4. Eventually, I need to see an explosion. I'm gonna just start blowing things up eventually. All right, I'm done. Thank you. Have a nice night.
I promise you will have an opportunity to use the C4 at some point during this campaign. I promise.
When we do, gonna make a boom. It's gonna be great. Real bang. Fiddler, how was tonight for you?
Oh, tonight was great. Absolutely love playing Fiddler, especially with Gorik and Ixora and Jake. It's a fun mix of characters, and I have a lot of fun. Favorite part tonight, of course, not only was the moist long shaft that we were all laughing about, which I wasn't going to say anything until you started talking about the little footholds going down, and I couldn't help it. I had to. I was like, no, damn it, I have to now. Also really enjoyed just the failure that is Gorik and Fiddler going down the tunnel and just falling to what could have been our deaths. I was just expecting this was like Red Queen sort of thing. We're just going to lasers in a cross pattern in the hallway. We're just going to thunk right out and look like sausage when we're done. Just like
wouldn't kill you unceremoniously like that. No,
that would have
no.
been perfect. Save or suck right there, and it would have been all suck right there. So no, this is a lot of fun. I appreciate it. I love where you're going with this. This is really neat. I can't wait to see what we get.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. I really enjoyed Gorik the Gourmand. I find it very entertaining that he is started basically vlogging his food reviews. I'm sure it's great entertainment for most of the base. And it just adds into like our little base culture. I think it's really fun. I like that we're paired up with 2 other people for this mission. I think that's also adding some interesting things. And I'm just very excited that this whole premise. Basically, Ixora is like, this is like Candyland with all the... Oh, also Gorik yelling, there's so much science sitting down here. Trying to get her to come down the tunnel faster. And of course, our rope getting sliced off by the barrier. That was classic. And also a million possible combinations for that 6-digit code. But you know, we have we know there's no 9 6s or 2s, and that's already probably going to save us like another 500,000 or so. So some other team is going to have a lot of fun with that later. But yeah, you can find us here next week for Mondays in Exandria, the new batch in Bazzoxan. Things can only go well as we try to get into the Evil Temple, as you said. And we will not have Stargate next week, but the week after, because we're bi-weekly. And we will have... by golly, by darn, Aliens on the 25th. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So tune in for that. Until next time, thank you all so much for watching.